Hi, welcome back. We're here to do Call of Cthulhu. Sorry, you said we were live, and my brain went instantly blank, and I was like, "What am I doing tonight? What is going on?" I'm Elizabeth. I'm going to be running Call of Cthulhu, the Terror on the Ivory Throne, for a group of my friends. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. This is session 1. I'm calling this session House of Wax. I don't have all of the sessions named yet because I don't know what you guys are going to do. So I will name the rest of the sessions once I know what kind of shenanigans you guys are going to put me through. They will all hopefully be named after horror movies or weird psychological movies. Yes, John.
Is this Vincent Price House of Wax or Paris Hilton House of Wax? Just so I know.
I don't know yet. That will
find out.
We will know at the end of this session which one it is.
It depends how smart the hot girls end up being.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and based on how the roles were, I mean,
they're real
pretty
smart. But, whether we have common sense or not.
And heart.
I mean, Lottie can totally do a Carolyn Jones. I think you could totally do a Carolyn Jones, Lottie. So.
Okay, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
So we're going to go around the table. We're going to introduce everybody. Who are you? Where can we find you? Who are you playing tonight? And then we'll get started. So I'm going to go around as I see you guys. So Joe, we'll start with you.
Hi, I'm Joe, also known as Clockwork Tuba. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube under the same name. This is my first real big campaign here on Shadows of Nox, sorry. Got to make sure it's plural, otherwise, the other people get mad. Tonight I am playing Barrett Fredericks, the disfigured sailor who apparently is massive as hell. I'm 5 short than the maximum size you can be in the game. So, big guy, not real pretty.
All right. Lottie?
Good day, mate. My name is Lottie Alla West. I am, or you can find me on socials at Lottie Alla West. That's ALAWEST. I will be in San Francisco this upcoming week at Real Royalty, which is a huge fairy tale LARP. And I'm also on the team for Lies and Liability, which is a Pride and Prejudice Regency style LARP. And I am loving working with that team. I will be playing Dr. Priscilla Byrne, Melbourneian archaeologist. And I'm so excited to be here. Oh, you can also catch me on the podcast through Shadows of Nox, where I play Cecily Adwell, the shoot first, think later, stab first, think later, Blue Ranger.
All right. Katie?
Hi, I'm Katie. I am known as Dungeon Mistress Katie on all of the internet spaces. You can find me here on both Sunday nights and every other Wednesday. Every other Wednesday, I play the Yellow Ranger, Liam McKenzie. Jesus, I have too many characters at this point. And then every Tuesday, I'm on D in Denial as an orc in Shadowrun, and I am on Saturdays, same channel, D in Denial as an elf who is recently seduced a prince, like you do. It's fine. So if I'm not on stream, I'm probably singing or doing burlesque like I did this weekend, or both like I did this weekend. But today I am playing Charlie McGowan. She is tiny and smart and feisty and I guess really hot, like we figured out. Rolled really high on her appearance.
The ladies on purpose in the game are obscenely hot. We're both obscenely hot, and that's great for us.
Absolutely. But yeah, so I'm excited to play. I've never played Cthulhu outside of just a one-shot here and there, so I'm excited to get this going.
All right. People. John?
Hello, I'm John McDonald, and retribution is going to be coming upon me on these Sunday nights for all of the things that I put Isabits through. Some of the things I put Isabits through happen on Wednesdays in Power Rangers Centurion. which had an episode last week and will have an episode 2 weeks from now, if I did that math correctly. Hopefully I did. Every other week. It's every other Wednesday. Wednesdays that are not Power Rangers Centurion are the Power Ranger podcast, of which I'm the GM. I play the Zordon there, where I also play the GM / the Alpha in Power Rangers Centurion and their version of Ernie, who wears a polo shirt, so he's legally distinct from the Ernie in Angel Grove. And so Power Ranger podcast, Sentinels of Senior Year, will be starting up this Wednesday, right? Yes.
Yes, sorry. Yeah,
Yes.
that's me.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, the 14th.
It starts the 14th this Wednesday. Now, normally there would be just the one cool Power Ranger thing happening on Wednesday, but this week for Valentine's Day here at Shadows of Nox, of which I'm one of the founding members, we're doing something special. We're doing a Buffy the Vampire Slayer mini marathon streaming thing. So every night there's going to be a Buffy episode. On Monday, we're doing a super secret, quote unquote, preview. So if you tune into our YouTube at 7 p.m. Central, I hope I got that time right.
For Monday?
For Monday, yes. Whatever's happening on
Monday,
YouTube.
the super secret but not so secret release is going to happen at noon Central. And then Tuesday through Sunday, we're streaming at 7 Central.
Yes. So get all of your kicks on Route 66 as we head to Ocean Heights, which is Sunnydale adjacent. Which, of course, Sunnydale being a sinkhole means it's sinkhole adjacent. But it's a good time. If you've gotten to see any of the ads for it, where you've seen everybody's shocked faces from the thing that they had happen to them, they didn't know was coming. It's really cool. It was a big honor to get to live Buffy Realness and help everyone else live Buffy Realness, and to give Piper Crane her Dark Willow phase. But that's spoilers, so you have to tune in to see exactly what I mean by that. And it's a really cool time to be part of the Shadows of Nox as we've gone through our first few months since we opened in October, and we're building up new programming. And if you're watching this and you're like, hey, Call Cthulhu, I don't know many channels that do that. We do horror and sci-fi stuff, so you can come and join us. Come and join us in our Discord. If you're not watching me here doing TTRPG stuff, you might be seeing me in Chicago, where I'm a queer playwright getting my MFA, or you might be listening to my podcast, Everything is Gay, Even the Straight Stuff, where we just opened Season 3. Season 3 is being released every other Thursday, because we're trying a new day instead of Tuesday, and we did a Season 3 opener on Brokeback Mountain, which is overtly gay, but there's a lot to talk about. So it's super cool. So Everything is Gay, Even the Straight Stuff, either of my Power Ranger streams, this Sunday, right now you're listening to, where I'm going to get punished by Isabits for all of my sins, and other stuff that I'm sure I have coming down the pipe. Yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here for the retribution.
Yes, ma'am. Can I have another? Is what I expect to hear from you.
And I'm playing Abernath Quinn, a human cricket. Well, he's not a real cricket, but like he has like the nose of a cricket, so it's got like a visual vibe thing going on. The human cricket hybrid Abernath Quinn, who's the Night Watchman. But there's some troubling things afoot in the place where he's night watching.
Can I just say I hate the fact that Cricket Man has a higher appearance score than I do?
I mean, the cricket in James the Giant Peach is kind of sexy. He's like a little bit like a musician sexy, you know?
I don't know about that.
This is
right.
Jiminy Cricket crush havers. This is what this game is for.
Just the way that he's dressed. He's a very snappy dresser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jiminy.
Well, we're going to move on from that.
There we go.
Andrew.
Hello. I am Andrew Bryant, also known as Roadkill amongst various gaming circles. Right now, I am in the Dresden game on Mondays, playing a variety of characters. Right now, I'm playing a con man, which is super fun. That is really good at investigating. Before that, I played a cop that was horrible at investigating. So, yeah, two ends of pretty much the same coin. Let's see. Other than that, I might still appear, or at least my voice might pop up on some podcasts here or there that Rem has produced, depending on what you want to listen to. and I might be able to pop into Power Rangers at some time again in the future.
He's acting like he's not the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah, right.
Acting like you're not the Yellow Ranger. That's so weird. It's not like there's a curse on the Yellow Rangers, guys. It's okay. Right, I promise. There's no curse on the Yellow Rangers.
He did turn evil for a little bit.
But
to be fair, he was.
Why are you in the Yellow Rangers? Do we have 2 Yellow Rangers and 2 Blue Rangers on here?
Yeah.
That's so
all
cool.
of my sins are being paid for tonight. I'm very excited.
Every single one of them, and I am so excited for it. Who are you playing tonight, Andrew?
Tonight I am playing Michael Dotson, which is a master's, really close to a PhD program student at London University. He is 28 years old, I believe.
I think that's
pretty much average build, average height, a bit uncoordinated, and by a bit, essentially my dexterity is like half of average, so it's not great. But he's a very bright, very educated young man that has a deep interest in the occult and the paranormal. So here's hoping, even though you can't major in parapsychology, that's still he's majoring in what was, I got to take a look at his skills again to refresh my memory of that part. But he's majoring in psychology and physics and doing a little bit in neuroscience with medicine. Because pretty much the only way you could train yourself to be a parapsychologist at this time and age is to take a complete mix of a bunch of different disciplines and then try to market yourself afterwards. That's about it.
So you're all the Ghostbusters jammed into one skull.
One.
Except for
in
Winston.
one very fragile brain.
Yes.
all right, and
He's
Teslan.
trying his best.
Hey, I'm Teslan Kierinhawk, also known as Tom Augustine. And okay, let's get rid of that frog. I helped found Shadows of Nox with Isabitz and John, and I can be seen here on this show. I also can be seen on Rem Alternus streaming channel on Monday nights, where we do a stream powered by Cortex Prime game system using the Dresden mythology, basing it in Albany, where we get to have a lot of fun in my essentially hometown, where I get to add monsters and magic users, and just to see if we can burn it, just to see if the players can keep it from burning down. Speaking of burning things down, my character in this game is Dr. Harold Gewitt. He is an expert in a lot of different things. He's incredibly well educated and knows a lot of history and the academic world. He is an adjunct professor at many different universities and colleges, giving him a certain freedom to travel around. That, and he's independently wealthy, which never hurts. With that, I have a deep interest in the occult and tend to look into incidents everywhere that they crop up. I also enjoy getting involved with academic projects where I would take someone who's working on his thesis, like Michael here, and assist him in possibly assist him in various areas, including finding funding for it. Because the academic world is powered by brains, but it's also powered by money. And
That part I don't have much of.
yes, but I'm the guy who knows how to get the money or talk to the right people to get people like Michael funded so that he can finish his thesis in less than 2 decades.
Great. Well, thank you guys all for playing with me tonight. I'm very, very excited to start this. Before we start, I just want to go over content warnings for the game. You guys literally volunteered for this, so you guys already agreed that you're cool with some of this, with this stuff. But for everybody watching, there may be certain themes such as blood and gore, murder, human sacrifice, voices in your head, scary or horrific images being projected telepathically to you, murder, occult practices, amnesia, being eaten alive, just to name a couple. So if should be fun, should be good times.
Is anyone concerned that murder was on that list twice?
Was it on the list twice? Sorry, I only meant to say it once.
That's for
Okay,
emphasis.
but
Yeah.
so what's the difference between
There will be
cannibalism
murder.
and being eaten alive is the question that I have. Is it
Mhm.
is being eaten alive
Depends on
cannibalism or is
what's eating you.
Seasoning and preparation.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like whether a snake is venomous or poisonous. It really depends on the situation.
also why are you
Uh,
picking up a
die?
snake? Because both of them is poisonous.
Are you
In this
dying or is it dying?
Being eaten alive is not being eaten alive by your peers. It's being eaten alive by something
Mhm.
else.
By
Like
your
a snake.
peers. That
Yes.
is the
Or
best
murder.
sentence
Yeah.
I've
Well,
ever heard.
If we do get to the point where we are role playing Michael's thesis dissertation, then there will be being eaten alive by your
Right.
peers during that.
Ah.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I got to do research, guys. It's not my fault.
But I don't think we'll get to anything that horrific.
If we start touching on anything that any of you start to get, I have all of your lines and veils. But if something comes up that's not on there, or anything that just starts to make you feel uncomfortable, or you want to gloss over it, you can DM me. You can just anything to get my attention, and we will move on from that subject. I don't want anybody to be uncomfortable with anything that is going on in the game. So if everybody's cool with that, we will go ahead and jump right in. Good. Okay.
Let's jump.
All right.
I don't have a very high jumping score. It's more likely I'm going to fall if I have to jump anywhere.
That's cool.
Yeah,
We can tumble right into this instead. It's totally fine.
Face plant directly into the game.
Exactly. So we're starting in London, October 1959. We are starting in a somewhat dark room. There are some lights coming from beyond the room, which kind of helps illuminate where you are a little bit. There's glass on the floor that looks to be from broken light fixtures from around this main room. Dark, well-worn, dirty wooden floors. It's very, very quiet. There are display cases all around the room. Each case contains something a little more weird and horrific than the case before it, except one. One case does not have anything, weird in it. It's empty. The glass that should be surrounding this case has been shattered. It looks like something maybe exploded out of the case. Surrounding the empty case, covered in glass, are 6 bodies. The bodies are in a circle around the case, all laying flat on their backs. The broken shards of glass are on and around them. Surprising, none of you look to be hurt. I'm actually switch so you guys can kind of see what I am talking about. The blue boxes are the display cases. So this is kind of what it looks like. You guys are going to wake up in a particular order, one by one. When you come to, you are all kind of experiencing the same thing. You all have a searing headache. Your vision is blurry for a few minutes. or not really a few minutes, maybe like 30 seconds or so. Your body aches. You don't have any injuries, but it's like you fell straight back and smacked on the floor, so your body just kind of hurts from the impact. Michael, you were the first one to come to. And again, your vision is a little fuzzy. Your head is killing you. Your body aches. And as your vision fades, you realize you're laying on this hard ground. And as you glance around, you see 5 other people around you also laying on the ground. A couple of them are starting to stir, but you were the first one to actually wake up.
And I don't remember how I got here.
You don't remember. You don't know where you are.
Who
You don't
these people
know.
are.
Yep. You can see. It looks like sunlight coming in from the room, like diagonal from where you are.
Okay.
There's a back door over there that's a little bit ajar, and there's sunlight pouring in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you don't know where you are, how you got there, what time of day it is.
Okay. Looking at the other people in the room that are slowly stirring, do I see anything that seems to kind of unify us? Like, do we all look like academic professionals or something? Or is there any way I could try to figure out what our commonality as a group is?
If there is a role that you think would work for that, I am down for it.
Yeah, let me take a look. My first guess would essentially be a spot hidden, but I think
I mean, you can
in
use
this system
psychology.
that yeah, I think psychology is the one that would actually be for this system. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I will do that.
It's just a normal roll.
All right.
An extreme roll.
Let's see.
It is not an extreme roll for this.
I rolled a 73 versus a 35 is what I have. So nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, you can't really tell.
Yeah. Much I think.
Yeah, one of the gentlemen is wearing a really nice suit. One of the ladies is wearing a very nice dress. One of them is wearing like a security guard outfit. There's really nothing that you can see right off the bat that would tell you what you guys all have in common.
All right. Do I have my messenger bag on me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll kind of try to shake off whatever weirdness I might still be feeling and try to go through my messenger bag and make sure nothing's broken.
Okay. As you do that, Charlie and Harold, you both start to stir around the same time. As you start to stir, you feel the same thing. Your vision is a little fuzzy. You have this searing pain in your head. Your body aches. You don't remember where you are. You don't know how you got there. There is 3 other people still out. One person is awake and he is starting to go through a messenger bag that he has on him.
He's on the opposite side of Charlie from me.
Mm-hmm.
I see the glass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's glass on you and then all around you.
Oh, that's never a good way to wake up. Is everyone else all right? Anyone bleeding or anything?
Do I recognize him?
No.
There's no memory of him at all.
Mm-mm. No.
Okay. Charlie will sort of headaches are a thing she's used to, but this is worse than any headache she's ever had. So she just sort of closes her eyes real tight. I think so. I just where am I? Why am I? She catches a look at her dress. She never wears dresses. This is not a thing. You'll never catch her in a dress. She has no clue. I'm sorry. Why am I in why am I in a dress? Who are you? Where? How did we get? I don't understand.
Dr. Harold Gewitt, a PhD, not medical doctor.
Okay.
But that's my name. You don't. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, looking at the dress, it's been fitted for you, so it looks like it is yours, or was at least tailored for you.
Sir, I can promise you, I would never put on a dress on purpose.
Okay. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying it fits. It's not like somebody. It's not like somebody could have stuffed you in it quickly, or me. And I mean, these clothes I would wear, sir. What are you? What's your name?
Look up from the messenger bag. Oh, it's talking to me. My name is Michael Dotson. You're a PhD,
Yes.
you said?
Yes.
What was your name again? The doctor.
Oh, so sorry.
Oh, me. Dr. Harold Gewitt.
All right.
And I stand up and start to look around a little bit. All right, let's make sure everybody's okay. I'll make my way over to the big guy.
As you
And,
do that,
you, ma'am?
oh, sorry.
What's your name? No, I'll look over to to get your name again.
Charlie.
Charlie. Okay. It's nice to meet you both.
I don't. Why are we covered in glass? Why? What? Was there something in there? Was there
We woke up in a room full of questions. That's all I know.
You were awake when I woke up. So how much longer have you been awake?
Maybe a couple seconds.
Okay.
I'm assuming something came out of it. Well, yes, it looks like something came out of it, is what, with the way the glass blew out, but
it's not the kind of, it's like a cage or anything. It's like a glass. You don't
yes.
put animals in glass cages.
Yes, I don't understand. It's possible there was an explosive charge in there, or maybe some kind of air canister that knocked us all silly when the air was released quickly.
Charlie's going to look over to Lottie and
Okay. As Harold walks over to Barrett and Charlie walks over to Dr. Byrne, both of you start to come to as well.
As soon as he wakes up, Barrett, especially with somebody standing over him, is immediately scoots back to that wall and puts his back flush to the wall and is like, "Who are you? Is this some kind of prank?" These get old fast.
If it is, then I'm also been affected by it. I don't know what we are. I was coming over to make sure that you were okay, but you clearly are, as you can move. So, I will I'll continue around. Since Charlie's already walking over to Priscilla, I'll make my way around to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lottie's your real name. I am so sorry. That was dumb.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I'll make my way around to Abernath.
Right. Does Priscilla do anything when she wakes up?
She says, "Oi, I swear that are the beers stronger here in London? I really can't tell. I must have gone on some kind of bender."
Then not typically. No.
I
Are you
haven't
okay?
gotten myself in a predicament like this in quite some time, since undergrad. Where are we? Do you know?
Oh, no one knows. No one. So we all just sort of woke up like this.
Oh, that's more than a predicament then. Ah. Oh, I hope I didn't make a fool of myself or something. I don't even remember going drinking.
I don't think that it's a drunken situation if we all woke up like this.
Yes, I don't have the. I agree. I don't have the same taste in my mouth that usually after drinking and.
So vomit?
No. I usually. Well, when I was in Australia, yes, I admit. But getting off on tangents there. I also can't smell alcohol in my breath.
Fair enough.
Quick above table question. Does Harold have an accent?
English accent.
So he's speaking.
Yeah. I'm not going to try and do it
Michael
because it always comes out as
That's
Spanish.
fine. I just want to know what I get.
It always comes up Spanish.
It always ends up Irish, Spanish. It's actually my accents are actually culturally insensitive. So my
Buzz Lightyear doll.
Yeah, my
I
Japanese
truly
accent.
don't know.
Yeah,
I truly don't know how this is going to go.
yeah.
It was I hadn't decided until right before I started talking whether she was going to be English or a New Yorker. So here we are.
And what about Michael?
When he does speak or whatnot, it's a noticeable mix between English and New York.
That's interesting.
Because he's spent a lot of time in both, and he's not a native Englishman. So, what English is in his language, as far as the accent goes, is just from living here for a little bit. So it's whatever it is, it's clear that he's not a native,
He's
Englishman.
got the Madonna complex.
Yeah, but not the one that we actually study in psychology.
Yeah.
No,
It
the
should
one
be.
that Madonna that's from
Yeah.
Michigan and
Yeah.
has a British accent.
Yeah.
About this time, Abernath, you start to wake up as well.
So Abernath is the last one.
Hello, sir. How are you feeling?
Oh, hello. I before I answer, I look around. Do I have my cane next to me?
Yes.
So I'm gonna say this under my breath. Harold, or not Harold? Yeah, Teslan. Your character's name is Harold, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
So
professor.
you're the only one to hear this. Yeah, Professor Harold. I'm not gonna call you Professor Harold. It's gonna be hell for me. Just to let you know. You hear Abernath mutter under his breath, oh, bloody, I'm still here.
Am I in London
Hello,
still?
did I? Yes, you should be in London unless we're not in London. I guess there's many of us here. Hello, everyone.
Do you know where we are, sir?
Out of table question. Do I actually know where we are? Like, I actually, before I answer, I'm taking like an aspirin bottle out of one of my pockets, and I'm like, I've got a feverish headache. I've got these new. They have their aspirin tablets. Does anyone else have a headache? They're new. They've only been around a little bit, but I think they're lovely.
Yeah, aspirin is what that is.
Oh yeah, well they weren't always tablets. When I was a kid, we had to grind stuff for them. So
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the tablets are nice. I like the tablets. And I just like dry swallow an aspirin tablet, and it's just like,
Buddy.
yeah.
Oh no.
I had worse in the trenches. It's fine. Oh, here, young man, help me up. He talks to Harold. He's like, here, young man, help me up.
And
With my cane.
I help him up.
Oh, thank you, old. Well, there's a mess here, isn't there? Is everyone all right? Anyone bleeding?
Did everybody already stand up at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one still
Yeah.
sitting on the ground.
Not that we found, but sir, I don't believe you answered. Do you know where we are?
I just realized, John, that we talk way too much because I cannot find what I sent you. So I'm gonna say, oh wait, I just sent.
I know what but do I know where I am generally?
Yes, I will say yes. You do know that.
So I clear my throat and go, welcome to the House of Horrors and the House of Horrors Midnight Express Tour. We have started in an unorthodox part of the museum, but welcome to the House of... Oh, wait, I have note cards. And I fumble in my pocket for my note cards, and I go, the House of Horrors Museum is owned by the... I seem to have misplaced that card. Let me look the... Oh, that one's blank. That one's blank.
So, I'm sorry, do you work here? Do you work here?
Yes, I am night watchman. Normally there's less glass. I should probably find
What was in that?
room.
What was in that particular case?
An excellent
point-
question.
Is there a little like placard at the case base?
That's a good point.
That is an excellent question. There is a nameplate on every single display case except this
Oh, cool.
Can
So-
I
So, what is on that one? What was in that one?
Does it have a little placard to say?
No, it
I
does
can't.
not.
I can't pronounce them all.
Some
of them are difficult to pronounce.
I don't know that you think that. You probably don't know this because I am a woman, but I am highly educated. I do know how to read.
Oh
and know
no, I
this
knew
thing.
some nurses in the war. They're very highly educated. Yes. Yes.
I'm going to slowly stand up and then pull out the flyer that I
Yeah, I think I'm pulling out the flyer roll from my pocket.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah,
Ollie?
Priscilla is gonna take a look at that as well.
So as each of you look at this flyer, I need all of you to make me a power roll really quick.
Oh, good.
please.
I need to get my character sheet up in
And
this so I can see
You can
it.
see it on the
Booyah.
screen now, so everybody at home make a power roll.
Where is power on this accursed
It's
sheet?
your stats. It's next to intelligence.
There it
and
is.
luck.
I see it. I
It's
only
just
have
a
30,
normal
so I
roll.
don't have.
Woo!
Mine is
Oh.
loading so slowly. I
great.
apologize.
No worries.
Oh, I feel big. That's a big fan.
Abernath, you
That's
super
bad.
failed, buddy.
Oh,
Look, I just
you got a
dry swallowed an
critical
aspirin
fail.
tablet. Okay, I just dry swallowed an aspirin tablet. It's just
remember
not my
when I
night.
said that I'm gonna get you back for every piece of information you
It
gave to me?
starts now.
I deserve this.
Starts with
And I'm
one.
not sorry for any of it. And it's okay. This is what I deserve.
So was it just Abernath and Priscilla that failed? Or am I missing?
Charlie, did you?
I'm good. I rolled a 10, which is lower than my power, so
Oh, awesome.
good.
Oh,
For all the people tuning in that don't play Call of Cthulhu normally, you want to roll low in this
Yeah.
game, not higher, or at least lower than the number
score.
it rolls
Yeah,
against.
the lower you roll, the better.
yes.
It's counterintuitive. You want low instead of high.
So, yeah,
I
what
think it
John,
makes perfect.
what John did, you wanted to do the opposite of what John
Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't
really,
want to get
that's a good
100
rule
in
of
a
thumb.
thing that you don't have 100
As a
points
rule.
in.
And great and
Priscilla
powerful.
also got an 86, so she failed pretty badly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. that's
great
a
and powerful
super fan.
DM. While you are determining how you will f over John, can I also roll a spot hidden to see if are there little screw holes or a section where there would normally be a name plaque on this display case?
like, did it get busted out too?
You don't have to roll for that. I will tell you that in a
I'm ready to
Understood.
become Baronath Quinn, Abernath's brother.
we're gonna
Oh,
start,
26
no.
letters, not afraid to use them.
we're gonna
Charlie's
start with
little
Priscilla.
sister is going to be, she's ready to go.
Charlie's little
What about
sister.
Priscilla? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
So we're gonna start with Priscilla. Since everybody that passed your rolls, you do not get affected.
Lucky.
all. Yeah.
Right. Fabulous.
Priscilla,
for you. Yes.
As you look at this flyer,
Mm-hmm.
the searing pain in your head gets like 100 times worse. You get this like blinding light behind your eyes, and then all of a sudden you have this vision in your head. You're on a dig somewhere, which is not unusual for you. But you don't recognize where you are. It looks to be a desert, maybe Egyptian, but you can't really tell. It's weird. Before you is a path. Do I?
I was like, some call me Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
It looks like
in denial. It's fine.
It looks like you have found almost like an underground temple, and you're walking down the path to get into this temple. And as you enter, everybody that was around you is gone, and the door slams shut behind you.
Oh, that's eerie.
In the room, there is a sealed coffin in the center. And in the very back, there's an altar of some kind. And you are pulled. There's something inside of you that you just need to see this altar. You need to touch this altar. And you can't even stop yourself. You ignore the coffin completely and you go right up to the altar. And you run your hands along the top of the altar. And as you do, you wince because something on the altar slices your hand. And as your blood fills this altar, you hear a loud scraping noise behind you, and then a loud bang as the coffin door slides off and crashes on the ground. And as you turn, you see a skeletal hand start to crawl out of the coffin and reach towards you. And then all of a sudden, as quickly as this vision started, you are back in this museum. And the blinding light is gone.
Oi. Well, that's a whole lot of problems. I think I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm dehydrated or something.
And Abernath,
That's me.
as you look at this flyer, you get the same sort of searing pain behind your eyes, this bright light, and then you are back in the war.
Oh,
And it's like you're
part?
there. Not the good part.
There are no good parts of war.
You
that
can
one.
hear guns and explosions. You can hear people screaming, people yelling. In the distance, though, it just feels wrong. Like you're there, you can smell, you can hear everything, but you know that this is wrong. And when you look up in the distance, you see tentacles rising up and grabbing people and throwing them, and grabbing people and throwing them. And it grabs somebody and throws it at you. And as the body hits the ground in a loud thwack in front of you, you see this broken and bloody body staring up at you. And you hear your name. And as you look down in front of you, it's Doris. And as she calls your name, you are instantly brought back to where you are. You're back in the museum, and you can still smell this gunpowder. You can still kind of smell the blood. And the same thing with Priscilla. You can kind of smell the blood from when you cut your hand. You can smell the earth and that sort of thing. And you can smell like the decay coming from the coffin.
Cool. I fall over and start crying.
I didn't mean to make you cry now.
I
Nope.
think at that point, then Barrett then kind of pushes Harold out of the way. What'd you do to him?
I helped him up.
Michael's gonna start taking pictures of the broken case.
Okay. And for
Typical
your
grad student, not paying attention to anything around you.
I am focused on the weirdness that's going on right here. All right. You're doing some emotional thing. I don't need to worry about that right now.
Can I?
I'll do psychology with you later.
Yeah. So Abernath just like burst into tears, just crumpled. Did he have a faraway look on his face for a second?
For you, it was like a split second. Like he kind of like stares at it with like a weird look on his face for a split second, and then he comes back and he burst into tears.
This is also Britain, 1959, so seeing a man cry in public is weird.
Yeah.
Just for anyone, just for context.
Psychology, he was looking at that but he also mentioned being in the war.
To answer Barrett's question, there is a spot that looks like there should be a name plate on this display case.
Gotcha. As I think I kind of like loom down, because I can't like, even kneeling down, I'm still looming next to Abernath, and just kind of be like, it's gonna be okay, soldier. Let's get you moving. And I try to get him back up on his feet. I pointed out and like, someone took the name off.
Like the trenches all over again. Even the smell. Why do they always get the smell? Oh. Well, guess I should find that push broom. Pardon the glass. Pardon the glass, everyone. And I go into that weird, stiff upper lip British comportment thing where I'm desperately trying to tamp down the thing that I'm obviously currently still tearing up about.
Military bearing.
Yeah, I look at Joe. What is your Barrett? Right, Barrett is your character name. You a soldier? You soldier yourself?
No, but I've seen enough of them.
Mr.
Yeah, there's a lot of us. Well, not as many as there should be, I suppose.
Also, I can. Your shoes, they're worn away. You take a lot of left turns versus right. You're walking.
Yes, it's the. I hold up my cane a little bit. Yes, that's the. It's it's the museum of horrors it's circular. So I also when I work here.
Well,
kind of a circle. It's circulish, I guess.
Mr. Dotson, when you're taking pictures, be sure to, once you get all the glass, be sure to take several shots around of the state of the curtains and everything like that, so we can see if anything, so we can, before we investigate them, to see if whatever was in there possibly tried to leave or disturb them.
Does anyone know why we're
film
here?
Is a problem. I can help you with that.
I assume you bought tickets, didn't you?
Well,
normally
that would be my assumption as well.
I have
take another picture of the area.
What?
Well, you've got the flyer. You've got the flyer, right?
Yes.
Memory.
I pull out my pocket watch.
Take another.
Does it still
take another
working?
aspirin. I swallow another aspirin tablet.
Well, it says here this is at midnight. What time is it now?
It is 11 a.m.
Oh.
I turn to see Harold with the pocket watch and go, Professor, do you have date on that thing?
Yes, I believe they had him back then. Yep. What's the date on it? GM of horror.
October 17th, 1959. Saturday, October 17th, 1959.
So, kind of beneficent GM. What's the last day I actually clearly remember?
So you remember getting to London.
I remember docking in London and maybe a day, and it was a fuzzy day at best.
You have a day of memories where you kind of went out and did the tourist thing. You were, looking around, you shopping, that sort of thing.
Having an eel pie.
Yeah, exactly.
We're famous for them. I don't know why people laugh at that. We're famous for eel pie. Since Queen Victoria, she loved her damn eel pies. That's a real fact about Victoria.
Yeah, on what date was that?
I will say the last date that you clearly remember is the 15th. You remember going back down to the docks looking for another ship to work on, to find work on. That is the last time that you have a full day's worth of memory. The 16th is very fuzzy. You can remember like bits and pieces, but anything probably after maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon is a complete blur.
I'm missing a day and a half of time.
I'm missing more than that.
Yeah, how long are we all missing?
So you, Charlie, have kind of the same thing. The day before is a complete blur for the most part. Any memories that you have of the story that you were working on are also blurry in your mind. So you know that you were working on a story, but anytime you try to actually think about what it is you were working on, you can't remember any of it.
Do I have a messenger bag? I know I wouldn't have pockets because like I didn't have pockets and dresses back then.
So as far as you know, you have like a handbag on you.
Is there anything in the handbag?
Yes. Yes, John.
So Abernath is going to get the push room. Am I to understand the exit door is where the light's coming from? Is that
so? Yeah. So this is a back door right here where I'm pinging. That door is ajar, and that's where the sun is coming from. There's also another door right here.
Are they both exit doors?
Okay. So the way that the Wax Museum typically works is this is the entrance. This is where patrons come in. This is like a little closed off foyer. The tours typically have about 8 people on them. There's doors here. This is where he leads into the tour. There's a couple of display cases there, and then it comes down this hallway. There's a door here that leads into the main part of the museum. There's another door here that is locked, and that's where the staircase is, and the staircase that goes upstairs to like the living quarters, the owner's office, storage room, break room, that sort of thing. There's also a hatch that leads down to the basement that is also locked. This room here is the main display, and then it comes back down into here. That's the emergency exit, and that door is slightly opened. And then you come back down the hallway, and this room right here is like a little like gift shop. And then you exit out of this door here. So it's kind of like a loop they take you in.
In going to get the push broom, which is not with me because that would be convenient, I'm going to notice the door open. I'm going to open it a bit more and peek my head outside into the alley, wherever the emergency exit goes to.
So it leads, there's a small parking lot back there. Essentially, this is a house, a 2-story house that was converted into a museum. So where the front yard should be is a parking lot, and where the backyard should be is a small parking lot.
Are there any cars that I can horseless carriage conveyances? I don't know. I don't know how to cars. Are there any like ye old 1959 style cars?
Not in that parking lot. No.
Okay. Ye old 1959 style cars.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're more than just a Model T at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I do like a spot hidden to see if someone has tried to like tamper with the doorknob or like unlock it or?
I'm just going to give that to you. It does not look like it has been tampered with at all. It literally looks like somebody opened the door and ran out and just left the door open.
Well, I'm not getting blamed for that, and I close the door and then lock it so that I'm not going to get blamed for everything this evening. And then I go find the push broom.
Okay.
While Barrett... Did you say it's 11 a.m.?
Yes.
So this morning?
Yes.
You're late for class.
While Barrett...
I am late for a lot of things at this point.
Yeah, I think we're all late for something. I'm probably late for work.
Yeah.
What is Barrett doing?
Circling the main room we're in and looking at everything else and trying to see if there's a theme going around the other display cases about what could be missing from here. So while he's doing that, he does call out, does anyone remember who Ollie is?
I'm sorry, who?
On the flyer. It says ask for Ollie.
Oh.
Right.
No.
You know who Ollie is.
Yes, but I'm currently going to get the push broom, so when I come back, you can feel free to ask me. It will take me a couple of minutes because I limp just slightly. But when I return with the push broom, I'm just gonna start. Sorry, I'm gonna sweep this up so no one hurts themselves. I don't want to get my pay docked. Have you finished taking? I don't
Watchman,
know if it's allowed to have
do you know
pictures
who
of
Ollie
this.
is?
Yes. Yes, I do. He's usually gives the midnight tours. He's sort of the right-hand man, I guess, for lack of a better term. We're a small staff, small but mighty. I guess he's the day watchman, I guess you might call him. And I'm the night watchman.
Duty now.
Yes.
Yes, but it's... Well, perhaps he went to fetch the constabulary because he saw several people fainted here, including his coworker. I'm not sure. I guess I could try to call the house and see. Unless somebody has disconnected the phone, that would be quite inconvenient. I guess I could try to call the house.
What is the normal path for the midnight tour?
The same. Oh, are you asking him? Sorry.
I'm asking him, yes.
Oh, well, you enter in through the front. There's a little foyer where they have this new thing. We used to call them undershirts. They're called T-shirts now. It's very, very hip, I suppose. I don't like them. I think they're too casual myself. But so you have the display case with all the things you can buy, saying you've been to the House of Horrors, and then they take you down the hallway and then up. Then we come around, and then we come into the big room here. Normally there's no glass on the floor, and people go ooh and ah, and then they lead you around. And basically you make a circle, more or less, at the end of it, just with some extra,
So
lines.
There's no refreshments served or anything like that.
Oh no, we tried that once. We tried some tansy, and then we had 2 women faint, and it didn't go well. So we're not doing refreshments at the time. We do have. I have a little faucet where I get water from, but that's not really for paying customers. That's just like a staff thing. It's not very good water. You wouldn't want it.
Wait, do you know where, what's normally in this case, or since you're familiar with the place?
Oh, I seem to be having trouble with it. I don't like not, because that could come out of my pay if that was important. So I will say within an air of caution that it was probably a vase of some kind.
Some kind of vase in a big fancy case like that?
A very big fancy vase in a big fancy case. Obviously lying, and as confused. But yes, but obvious a vase? I'm gonna say a vase. Australians like vases, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Well, question for the GM.
Yes.
Is there anything that an archaeologist such as myself would see within the vicinity that would cause alarm or otherwise interest me in any way, shape, or form?
It's kind of dark in here, right?
It is
Right.
kind of in there.
Yeah,
Well,
I would pull out my torch.
I would assume that I have at least a
And
match.
switch that on.
I mean, you could
please no cigarettes in the building. It upsets the exhibits. That's what I've been told.
I'm not gonna smoke.
Well, if you need light, I have a flashlight.
Everyone, please stop talking for a second. Did you just say upsets the exhibits?
Well, yes, I have that on a note card. They're not alive as far as I'm aware, but that's on the note card. It's note card.
It's for the ambiance.
It's for the ambiance. Because people like to smoke indoors, and it's bad for the glass. I have to clean the glass if people smoke. It's not great. You don't want that.
Mr.
They might be alive. I don't know. Oh, Mr. Quinn. Abernath is my.
Oh, okay, Mr. Quinn.
Mr. Quinn. Hello. You look lovely in your dress, by the way.
Thank you. I don't wear these ever.
Okay.
But thank you.
You're very modern. I appreciate a strong modern woman. I don't understand you, but I appreciate it.
Thank you. So I was wondering, what is the general theme of the exhibit?
Horror.
Yes. Okay.
The unknown.
Okay,
the unknown and the horror.
That's like an umbrella theme. What is the if you were to take that, if you're slightly underneath the umbrella, you have horror, and then you have things like, I don't know, sea creatures or bones or what kind of specific things are in this exhibit typically?
Yes. I have to start
Animals?
flipping to note cards. Yes,
Creepy animals?
Here's something puzzling. I have a note card that should say the owner of the museum. It says, "The very prestigious Mr." and then it just stops. So I'm normally I'd have an answer for you. I will say horror undefined. That probably does not help you very much, though.
But I
Many eyeballs. Eyeballs? How do eyeballs sound for you? Is that worse or better than undefined horror?
Can
I ask a quick question?
Actually.
Yeah.
Are the things within the realms of this museum, are they usually authentic or are they replicas?
Are they like Barnum? Wait, where is Barnum like a thing yet?
Barnum is a thing, but not in Britain. In Britain, they had freak shows, though, so they would have something akin to Barnum, but I just don't know. I don't know if it had the name recognition Barnum had, but they would have like museum-style freak shows, which were not great, very cringy. But
anybody
of the time
wants
period.
if anybody wants to roll like an occult or,
Yeah, I'm going through my checklist. Actually, I just did the photography and the physics. Occult was my next one.
Yeah, if anybody wants to do any kind of rolls like that to see.
Oh wow!
I'm not going to try.
On to your pads.
It's time for a roll.
Great! Fabulous! Wonderful! Loving it!
Oh man,
Living
I roll a
my
54,
best
but for me that's still a success.
That's fine. How many points do I have until I'm insane? Because apparently I'm going for that tonight.
We haven't done any sanity checks yet. So you're good for right now.
Don't feel good right now, but yeah.
I do want to remind everybody you do have luck points that you can spend to help make a failing roll, passing roll.
how many luck points does that take?
Didn't you say you passed it though?
Oh, that's right. It's 1 for 1 to buy it down, right?
Yeah. So if you passed your roll, you don't have to worry about it. But if you failed your roll, say you failed it by like 10 and you want to spend 10 luck points to make it a passing roll, you can do that. You just deduct those points from your luck. Starting the next session, we will do rolls to see if you get luck back or not.
And
or you
also,
can save
unless you fail it by like 40 points, in which case you don't have enough.
What was that, Barrett?
And also, correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, but it's also one of those things of you want to get as high a roll as possible while still getting under your score. So, like, having a higher score, like, for example, calling it about Michael got a 54 out of 65. That means you're getting higher degrees of success than getting a 2 or 3 under the 65. You want to get high, but still under your score.
Yeah, but still under, right. So it's...
I would just love to meet my score.
Like if you had a skill of a 30 and you rolled a 29, that's a high degree of success, but still within success. Yeah.
I just accidentally hit a button like 3 times, so don't pay attention to that. I was trying to figure something out, and I just got a lot of failures, but it was for fake.
But 1 is a critical success.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So let me see who passed and who failed. Let's see.
No, I did definitely fail, but the last 2 were just fake.
Yeah,
hits.
I do believe just our occultist folks succeeded.
Yeah, I didn't even try.
Oh, I should do an occult roll.
You can do an occult roll.
I think I must have messed up my points or something, but it's fine. I got a failure.
Elizabeth, did you see my message in Discord too?
I did.
Okay.
So
I don't know how much people would notice of me pulling out these random items that I'm doing and checking the room after I took photos. But after taking the photos, he pulls out a thermometer and kind of checks the ambient temperature in the room, pulls out a compass and looks at that for a second, pulls out his pocket watch.
Is Michael playing Phasmophobia? While the rest of us are playing Call of Cthulhu?
Yeah.
all of your readings seem to be normal now at this point.
Okay.
So whatever phenomena happened, it is over.
Yeah, I rolled.
For-
That was what my physics roll was,
Okay.
checking the actual physical nature of the room, and I got a failure on that roll. So
Yeah. So
it doesn't
as
get
far as you know,
better.
everything, yeah. As far as you know, everything is normal.
Yeah.
For the occult
Physics has
world,
failed.
Yes.
Michael, you the images that are these wax figures, you know that you should recognize them, maybe. They are they seem very familiar to you. You have a big history of studying the occult, so you recognize that these aren't just like made up creatures.
Right.
It's almost like maybe somebody had gotten their hands on a book or two that describes otherworldly creatures.
Should I roll my other 2 occult-based skills?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
It's Tom, you know, or Teslan, Harold, whatever. There's a name in there somewhere.
Yeah. I know you're talking to me, so
Can't
that works.
spell Harold without Tom.
Those are both failures, by the way.
I see. Okay.
Oh man.
I study a lot.
Yeah.
Just the more Cthulhu Mythos one, the what you actually rolled is a little concerning. I'm not sure if that actually hits a crit fail, but
no.
Yeah, not quite. I think it's a 99 or 100.
99 to 100, I think is.
Yeah, 100 is bad. You don't want to hit 100. Not what you want in this game.
So, Tom, with your critical success, you feel like you have seen all of these before. You know that this is part of what you are trying to stop. Like, this is not okay. Like you know that these are depictions of otherworldly creatures. You may not recognize the names, but you do recognize that these are otherworldly creatures. And it's disturbing to you that they're here.
Yeah, I'm willing to use luck.
Okay.
My luck to turn that into a success.
Which one? Oh, that one?
The
Yeah,
Cthulhu
absolutely.
Mythos one.
Yeah. So yeah, with that, you recognize some of these from books that you've confiscated, from people that you've talked to, and you have this weird feeling that you have seen all of this before. Not just like the pictures of these things, but you feel like you've been here before.
This place needs to burn down. I feel like I've said that before.
Did you say that out loud?
I say it quietly out loud, like under my breath. So somebody who succeeds in a listen roll might hear it.
Check. Where is it?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm going to do a listen roll.
Yeah, go ahead.
These damn dice.
I might actually buy mine. Wait, no, I'm 23 away from a
I'm
success.
sleeping and it's loud. This push room is so loud against this glass, man.
Abernath, I have a question for you. When you went to get the room, have you pulled your keys out of your pocket and like used you used them to lock the back door, correct?
I did, in fact, do that.
Okay. You're missing 2 keys.
Would I know what keys we're missing?
Mm-hmm. You are missing. Actually, no, I take it back. I'm sorry. You're missing 1 key because you wouldn't have had keys to the other rooms. You're missing the key to this door. The door that leads to the stairs. Oh, sorry. The door that leads to the stairs. You're missing that key.
Cool.
you don't have a key. You've never had a key to the basement, and you don't have a key to the owner's room or office. But you do have a key to that door because the break room and everything is upstairs, and the storage room is upstairs.
Or I did, and now I do not.
No, he's never given you a key. He doesn't want anybody in the basement because that's his workshop.
Yeah, but now
down.
So the key I'm missing doesn't let me get into the break room anymore, essentially.
Yes, you can't get past this door unless if you mention that you don't have the key anymore and somebody wants to do a lockpick and go up there and start snooping around.
Well, there's no chance of a cuppa then. No, I'm not going to mention that. That would be an insane thing to mention. Also, I know I didn't roll well on occult, but considering my tragic backstory TM, do I recognize any of them like in secret? Doesn't even have to be in this room, just one of them somewhere along the tour.
You have the same feeling. They are all very familiar to you, but you don't quite know why they're familiar to you.
I have a little bit of sorrow with that, just as a treat.
Sure.
Thank you. All part of the tragic backstory TM. Tragic backstory.
Mr. Quinn, where's the owner of this establishment? Something's happened to us.
Considering I can't recall his name and the note card that had his name on it has been wiped, by forces unknown that don't like horror, I guess, or houses of horror, I would wager a guess to say that my employer either does not wish to be found or is missing, which is bad for my paycheck.
Well, perhaps we can help you with that. Where is your employer normally stay? Where does your employer normally stay in this building? Does he normally have an office here?
He has an office upstairs. Yes.
Okay.
But he wouldn't be in during the day unless it was a special group. I would assume
but Ollie would be, right?
Ollie should be here. He'd be downstairs because he does all the upkeep. I will clean the glass, but I'm not paid to maintain things necessarily. That's more of Ollie's department.
So he's down. So he's down in the basement. Because right now we're on the first floor.
We're on the first floor. Yes. No one. No. I don't believe there's anything down in the basement. No.
All right. Then we probably need to look in his office to see if there's any sign or information of where he is.
I don't know that we need to go prying into someone's personal affairs. That seems a little impolite, we
should at least report the broken case to him in some way. At least leave him a note or something.
Yes, that's probably.
I don't know that we need to do that. You wouldn't want me to get blamed for something, would you? I mean, this is my job.
By the way, I say that while holding up 2 small glass bottles that have a cork in it. Yeah. Kind of like this while I move across the room.
Young man, are you an alienist? Is that what you're? Are you forensicing the crime scene, or as it were? Very
alienist. Not exactly. These are scrying bottles, though. I'm seeing if they have any reaction.
Why did you bring scrying bottles into my facility? Those are, and I start flipping through note cards. Yes, see, it says here on note card 57, no scrying material allowed in the building.
Mr. Quinn, perhaps the card that you should be concerned with is the card that doesn't have your employer's name on it. That should.
Yeah, I'm concerned, yes, but I also want to keep my job, and if I allow strangers willy-nilly upstairs...
can I see that card that has the name removed from it?
Yes, see it here. It's card number 3. It's
GM.
very high.
Yes.
While this is happening, this conversation, Barrett is going to start walking around the actual facility, calling for Ollie.
Okay.
You say Ollie Oxenfree just for fun.
I really hope that's his last name. I really hope his last name is Oxenfree.
No. He's got 2. His name is Oliver Oberon Xavier Free.
Yes.
So
There you go.
Oliver Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is not my name.
You would not believe.
Yeah, like it's written as Oliver O X free. Yeah.
Yes.
You don't get any response. Does anybody?
I'm taking a look at the note card to see how the name was removed, whether or not it seemed like it was done by a person or if like a chemical was used, an eraser, like.
It's like nothing was written on the card.
You sure this wasn't just a blank card and you're remembering incorrectly?
No, you see the honorific up top, like the incredible owner, where it should then have the name, right? There's the words that are above it, where the name would
And
be,
you didn't
right?
just forget to write the name in that card?
Do you think I keep typewriter fluid with me? No, I keep aspirin.
I'm going to do a psychology check on him giving me the answer.
Yep, go ahead. What was that, Katie?
I was
extreme success.
I was gonna say, is there an obvious door to downstairs? Like,
Not from where you are.
not from where we are. I'm gonna go look for one because, like, at this point, she's just gonna go looking for Ollie instead of waiting around for.
Probably with Barrett, I'm guessing, or
I mean,
you
he's
head in
just
opposite
calling
directions
around.
to do the same
Like,
thing.
he's just kind of calling around. She's
No, I'm
legitimately looking
wandering
for the
around.
door now.
I'm not just like standing in the middle of the just going, Ollie!
That's what that's how I visualized it. It was like you're
No,
like
I left the display area and I'm walking
like to give
around
you
like
a
towards the
story
gift
point.
area and that kind of stuff.
I would
Like
like to give
wandering
you a
around the
story
first
point
floor.
for that, but can't give you a story point. I'm sad about that.
No story points in
You
this
can always
game.
just add it to the list of things to do for us on Wednesdays.
Yep.
I probably would head to the stairs going up.
Okay, that door is locked,
The door is locked.
leading to the staircase. Yes.
Hmm.
Does anybody
Was
look
Abernath?
at the display cases?
Yeah.
Priscilla definitely takes a look. She is probably spending a little bit of time.
So you do notice anybody that takes a look at the display case that was broken that you guys were around versus all the other display cases, all of the wax figures have a dowel coming from that kind of connects to their foot into the display case. So there's a little hole in the display case. That way it keeps the wax figure standing up. There is no hole like that in the display case that you guys were surrounding.
In the broken one.
In the broken one.
So it was real.
I mean,
or it wasn't a figure. It was an object, or
Is there like a trail, a trail? I don't know what I'm talking about. A trail. Look at that.
Are there big comical cartoon footprints leading around?
Is there like a giant snail slime thing that
That's
slithers
sort
in
of
and out
what I'm,
those black
sort of,
door?
kind of what I'm thinking. Like if there was some kind of residue or something,
or even just a path in the glass, like something walking.
No, there is no path in the glass. For your success, he is telling the truth.
Okay.
As
Do
far
I
as
pick
he
up
knows,
anything
there was.
else on his psychology with that roll?
What are you looking for?
He's the security guard. Just any other information about his character, I guess, essentially. If I picked up anything.
With the extreme success, yeah. How are you feeling, Abernath, right now?
I took this job for a particular reason, and I do not want to be fired from it. I do not make a lot of money. This is just not the type of thing. It wouldn't take a psychologist to realize that my shoes are scuffed because I'm not getting paid very much, and my cane is not polished the way a soldier would normally keep things polished and upright, even being older. It takes a special person to work at a place like this. And I'm here, I work here for a reason, and this stuff, I am here with this stuff for a reason, and...
Are you feeling confused or scared or anything like that he would kind of pick up on talking to you?
I think I'm kind of angry, because Doris meant a lot to me, so I think if you're picking up on anything, you're probably picking up on, the anger more than the confusion, but it's the anger anger fusion.
Right, anger
and the Full Metal Alchemist of anger and confusion.
So that is what you're picking up on from Abernath. Calling out for Ollie, nobody answers. There, as far as you can tell, there's nobody else here. You can't hear anything. It's not like you don't hear anybody walking around upstairs. You don't hear anybody in any of the other rooms. You don't hear anybody in the basement.
And walking down this back hallway here towards like where the gift shop was, any doors that are locked for me there? Anything out of
Nope.
sorts?
Nope. The only door that you come across is this door that leads back into the entrance area. And as far as you can tell, it looks normal. There's nothing. It doesn't look like there was a struggle anywhere. It doesn't look like there's a trail. There's no abnormal footprints, anything like that.
Is there a till in the gift shop?
There is a till. There is a little bit of money in it. But
it doesn't
not
look like somebody opened with this kind of stuff. It looks like kind of leftovers from the day. Or
yeah, that's actually exactly what it looks like. It doesn't. It's more than what you would expect. That you guys would have paid to get into this midnight tour. So it looks like maybe it was like a day or two's worth of tours in here in the till.
Is Katie following me, by the way, when I'm doing this, or no?
Yeah, I mean, not following you, but I'm definitely like, also I'm looking for a door more than just like yelling.
Okay. So as everybody kind of is looking around at this point, the only real thing that you find is this door back here that is locked.
And the one going to the second floor.
Yes.
And the one to the other there. Yeah.
Can I do a locksmith roll to see if I can pick the lock?
Yep.
Yeah. At some point, I would call out after failing. I would call out to Mr. Fredericks. I could use some assistance up here.
Real
with
quick,
a problem.
are we supposed to do a D100 and a D10, sort of like a
Physical dice, yes.
Okay.
If you're using physical dice, yes.
All right, so that would be. I mean, it's going to be good. So that's a. So that was a 26, and I have a 31 in locksmith.
Okay. Yep. You are able to unlock the door.
Cool.
As you go in, there's a hatch back here that leads down to the basement that is also locked, and then stairs that lead upstairs.
Okay. I want to go down to the basement. So another
just
locksmith
me
roll.
and Abernath in the main room still, or?
It might just be the two of you in the main. Or what are you guys doing in the main room?
Like Abernath, I know you're angry and confused right now, but I think seeking answers is the best thing, so that we can figure out what happened last night, and that way you can tell your employer, a clear story of what happened. So
Not everything.
we can all work together to figure it out. Hopefully something will jog our collective memory and we'll figure this out. But we should probably catch up with the others.
Why would you come to a House of Horrors, young man? What do you want from this place?
I was seeing what was in it. I mean, curiosity. That's why a House of Horrors exists, really.
A lot of men I knew were curious where the trenches got them. I'd be wary. I wouldn't trust anyone that would have you follow into a trench like this.
Well, death isn't necessarily anything I'm afraid of.
There are things much worse than death, young man.
I know that.
I'm sorry, just want to set the scene. Is Priscilla still in that room just kind of watching this conversation happen?
Oh, I think she's like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
like this.
The war has done a number on me, okay? It's
I know there's
want her
things
to
worse
be
than death, all right?
I want her to be making like the weirdest faces. Like, I don't think she has any real social graces. So it is like,
Also,
dear
I saw
Lord.
Katie's face. I am desperate to know what Charlie's role in that last rock.
Before we get to that, we are going to take our quick break, and then we will get to Katie's
curses.
role in the basement.
Okay.
So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us and watching. I hope everybody's having a good time so far.
Yay.
Back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. So when we left off, everybody had started to kind of explore this wax museum that they find themselves in. Names, sorry. I'm like cycling through all of the names except for the one that I want. Charlie very expertly picked a lock and has gone to try to get into the basement. And you made a roll before we went to our break.
I did.
Did you pass or fail?
It was a pass, which is funny because historically speaking, these dice have rolled high as hell. I don't really know what's going on today, but I'm happy for it. So I rolled a 12 on this one. And again,
Nice.
my threshold is 31, I think. So yeah.
Very nice. Okay. So you are headed to the basement, correct?
Yeah.
And you're going down. Okay. Is anybody
I'm
going with Katie or I'm sorry,
100%
Charlie?
following.
Okay.
It should.
There's also a
Yeah.
staircase right there that leads
Yeah,
up.
I was trying to direct Abernath to go with me to catch up with the rest of the group.
Okay. And what was Priscilla doing?
She is tiny and she's just gonna go. Like that's how it
Yeah,
is.
how tall is? What is
She's
your
like
size?
5'2", 130, no, probably 112
Yeah,
pounds.
Priscilla's small,
She's
right?
little.
Yep.
Priscilla is not. Priscilla's tiny, but Priscilla probably was. She's been trying to like see if she can gather any sort of information from anything.
Okay.
Just because like there's nothing like she's confused. She's not from here, and everybody's weird. I mean, she's weird, but everybody's weird. So I think that I want to do another like investigation check if there's any kind of information I can grab, but I keep failing.
Yeah, if you want to do another roll to see if you can kind of recognize something or you can like pick up on something, I will let you choose what you wish to roll.
Does she
wow.
look like what she's looking at is anything that I could assist with or in any way?
I mean, yeah, you have passed a couple of like mythos rolls. So if you want to re-roll that, Priscilla, with an extra dice. Hold on, I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, because I knew there was a help mechanic, so that's why I was.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't.
So when you click on it, do you get a box pop up or does it just automatically roll it?
It just automatically does it.
Rolls.
Okay. So just go ahead and roll it again, and we will take the lowest of the two rolls.
I cannot win this.
Archaeology. I mean, you could
I
spend
have a-
22 points of luck to make that a pass,
Okay, I would
and
love
that's
to
at
do
least
that.
closer than a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I'd like to spend 22 points of luck because I
Yeah,
have 75
absolutely.
points.
Yeah, absolutely. So between the two of you, you recognize some of these kind of, they almost look like drawings that you've seen in other countries as you've been on digs. I imagine that Priscilla's the type that will like go into like local bookstores or talk to locals and like get like local lore and stories and things of that nature. So you kind of recognize some of these from stories that you've heard and maybe drawings that you've seen in different places. All of them are otherworldly stories, beings not from here, powerful beings, that sort of thing. This is obviously not your typical wax museum. It's not like important people or celebrities or anything like that. It's very definitely a museum dedicated to otherworldly creatures and beings.
Okay. That's something that she does have a little bit of experience with as an occult, like she is in the occult.
Yeah.
So,
So these are
I
similar
think-
symbols that she's seeing.
yeah, it's stuff that she's
Yeah.
familiar with. So I think she's trying to kind of gather up information so that she can get a better idea of what she like. It's like more apparent now why she would have come to this place, but she's also like, I still don't know why I woke up with a headache, and
Right.
everybody's just kind of scrambling. So I think she's going to try to head up. To
Yeah, we
get
should
more...
go catch up with the rest of it.
Yeah, let's go catch up.
Okay, great. Abernathy, I keep calling you Abernathy. I'm sorry.
I know everyone keeps adding the Y. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start taking a tally of.
It's
people having
Abernath.
a
It's
copy
fine.
Abernath.
Are
I
you
have a
able to
mechanical
keep
question.
up with the cane?
I'm gonna answer you first before I ask my question. Yes, I can keep up with the K, no problem. Go. Don't wander from the tour group as it is.
right.
I suppose I'm right behind
Tour
you.
group.
Yeah. So GM,
Yes.
is listen as a skill just physical listening?
What do you mean?
Like if I want to do, I called this, and I know it's dumb because I don't like. If I want to do like a heart of the cards thing, can I listen to like try to hear, like, whether I should go upstairs or downstairs? Because part of me wants to go with Ollie,
Well,
but
like
you know,
instinct based.
like based on my tragic backstory, TM sort of thing.
Your soldier instincts kind of thing, your gut feeling, so to speak.
Yeah, but it's not about war. It's like backstory stuff. Like,
Mhm.
should I go after Ollie or should I follow everyone down into the dumb basement where we're all going to die, and I wouldn't normally go unless prompted?
Well, I don't think we've gone in the basement yet.
Y'all just standing around the basement in the darkness. No one's gone. I thought Charlie like vaulted into
Yeah,
the
no,
dark
we're
basement.
going down the stairs.
Stairwell door, yeah.
Yeah, we just haven't gotten into what
Yeah, exactly,
Charlie
yeah.
found.
The tiny member of your team is just fucking
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, she's just fucking going. She doesn't even care.
Someone had the indignity of putting you in a dress, and now it's going to be all of our problems.
Right.
And I also like to think that it literally was like Charlie diving down the stairs and then Barrett going crap and following and then immediately smacking his head on the ceiling just way too hard because he's focusing on
right
like
there.
the smallest member of the group and like she's having no problem, so therefore son of a
Yeah, she's not afraid of
Okay.
anything.
If you want to do listen, I will give that to you. You're kind of like listening to your inner voice. I will also say if you want to just kind of leave it up to chance, you could do a luck roll.
Mhm.
If you can decide, if you pass, you do one thing. If you fail, you do another, and then you can roll. And then
Yeah, I want to do luck roll then, and we'll have the mechanic for the
before you
people.
roll, which way? What is what? If you pass the roll, are you going after? What are you doing?
If I pass the roll, I know what direction I should go. I guess I guess it's about. I don't know how to describe it without giving away my tragic backstory, but like
Well,
the thing I'm
you're a
looking to do is
soldier.
to be
So you kind of have the instinct to protect people, I would think.
Sure.
So I would say if you pass your roll, you're going to go after them to make sure that nobody gets hurt or anything like that. And if you fail the roll,
But I'm
I
going to
don't know
go
what you
find Ollie upstairs, essentially. I'm going to see if Ollie's upstairs.
Okay.
It's like a coin flip.
So yeah. All right. Oh,
Failure.
looks like.
Yep.
Gonna go check on old Ollie Osborne.
Are you leaving immediately, or are you?
I look like I'm going downstairs, but I will be the last one, and then I will just be heading upstairs instead of downstairs where everybody else goes.
Okay.
Right?
Real quick before we.
Is that what we decided on? I don't know what we decided on.
Yeah.
We'll just say I go upstairs. I don't remember.
How is luck
Like,
calculated? Because on my sheet for a second it had nothing, and when I hit edit mode, it just kind of had a grayed out 50. Like that's the standard.
I didn't
it's
know. I didn't know what
3d6.
you rolled. Yeah, it's 3d6 times 5.
Oh,
I couldn't remember what yours was, and it wasn't on your other sheet. So you
Got
can
it.
just roll it, and that's what your luck is.
that. Wow.
I assume when we approach the basement stairs, Priscilla, are you very like gung ho to try to head down, or are you just kind of following?
I think that she's gung ho to head down. She
Okay.
wants to get to the bottom of this as
Mhm.
quickly as possible.
Okay.
There's more fun stuff to be had.
I'm like
than what
mentally
it
getting a
is
marching
for-
order.
Oh, yeah.
Going in what order?
I don't think Priscilla fears a lot.
Right.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Charlie going headfirst, just no fear into the basement. Barrett running right after her. Did you say Harold was going upstairs instead, or is he? Oh,
No,
okay.
he's well. What honestly happens is Barrett slams his head. He starts to fall backwards. Harold, tries to keep it from falling on him, and then we try to keep up with Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost
Thing.
Abbott and Costello routine.
I do gotta say,
Yeah.
Katie, as a big guy who has many feisty, tiny friends, female friends, you're giving me flashbacks to things that aren't even an RPG at this point. I'm just no.
What's funny is I am none of those things in real life. So if I can channel the tiny feisty little, I mean feisty, sure, but like I am 5 foot, almost 5'8", and not tiny at all. So like this is fun.
Okay, so you go down the stairs to, it's like a typical like kind of rickety staircase that leads down into the basement. When he did the renovations, the stairs safety was not a thought that he had because the
There's
owner
no
was the
OSHA
only-
in 1959 London.
Yes, and the owner didn't care. The owner is the only one that ever comes down here. The basement is mostly unfinished, and it looks like a workshop. There's a small kiln. There's all sorts of like tools that you would kind of expect for somebody who is making wax figures. There is nobody down there. So that is what you see. It just kind of looks like a workshop.
Any paperwork with the kiln? Nope, no paperwork at all? Okay.
No paperwork in the kiln. The kiln is cold. It doesn't look like it's been used probably in maybe a week or two.
Is there anything that he's currently working on?
If there is, it's no longer here.
Okay.
Can I just do a spot hidden to kind of like just kind of ransack generally the area?
Yeah.
Rants.
Start punching walls.
Visually
until you find walls
ransack
done.
the area.
I said booyah, I believe is the terminology used for that.
Slam dunk.
Yeah, I'm going to
You-
spend some luck for that.
Before you do,
Yeah, that's fine.
I would save your luck. There's nothing hidden down here.
Okay.
It is just a workshop.
Gonna roll occult for anything of success, anything of occult significance down here.
Nope.
Molds or anything like that. No, none of the wax molds or anything. Or anything. So
Well, I guess that is something that you would notice that would be a little weird. There are no molds.
that's not. So he shapes all of them by hand.
Well, hold on. Is there
Or
a
he got
vat
rid
for
of them.
dipping?
I'm sorry?
So just to,
You're
I'm sorry, art history popping up out of nowhere that I took like 3 fucking decades ago. Is there the kiln? Is it set up so that he can dip something into molten wax and preserve it that way, or is it still like a pouring kiln, but there's no molds to pour into?
The second one.
Okay, understood.
So he couldn't actually shape anything by hand.
Right,
Yeah.
he would need molds there aren't any here now.
That's weird.
Unless he poured the wax around something rather than
That's
dip.
a problem,
You'd
I
have to-
think.
they would be all over the floor in that case.
Yeah. And
And that
there
is,
wax
it is
on the
very
floor?
clean for an unfinished workshop or an unfinished basement workshop. It is very clean. It doesn't look okay. It doesn't look sterile. It doesn't look like somebody came in and recently like scrubbed the place so that you can't find anything. It just looks like he keeps it very clean and very neat.
I will ask with my 86 out of 95 for my spot hidden.
Mhm.
Do I see places where molds used to have been, like in whatever light dusting there is on the floor? Do I see like absences where like there might have been molds here, or is it just there's no evidence of molds ever, like at least that I can see being here at all?
I will say across the basement, there's a spot that looks like it could have potentially been where he stored molds.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see like a light. It's not a very what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a very hard
Obvious.
dust line.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very It looks like it was cleaned recently, and there's just like a light layer of dust.
Gotcha.
But it looks like that could be what was there.
Okay.
All right. Are there any like cages or something where there might have been some? No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Any tanks?
But this workshop does look like it was actually used.
Yeah, it looks like it's been used. It just looks like he keeps his work area very clean. You can see like there's some like dowels and stuff. There's some like Elizabeth doesn't know very much about wax sculpting, so I'm just pulling the shit out of my ass. Tools that you would normally use for like detail work. You can see that they have been used. There's clay on them. There's the little residue.
Is there any raw wax? Like the big blocks of them?
That's not melted down yet. Yeah.
Yeah. There is raw wax in one of the corners of the room.
Michael, did Michael come down at this point?
Yeah. I mean, it would have been Priscilla and then Michael right behind
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
I'm looking around as much as I can. There's not really anything that I would know specifically about this that I would want to investigate.
I'm gonna go up and check the office. I don't see anything down here that gives us anywheres.
Okay.
Coming up to the office, you're going to find Abernath. I'm up there looking for Ollie, and if I can find something with my employer's name on it, so that I can try to remember something I've forgotten that's very important.
So, fun fact. Up the stairs. Let me actually, hold on.
That's where the monster is.
I feel like the word fun and fact in this don't...
go up there.
Speaking of the office that is no longer there,
Okay.
just a dead brick wall.
This is the second floor. This is where you come up the staircase. There's a hallway here. There is a door here that Abernath, that leads to the owner's room. That door is locked. There is another door here that leads to the owner's office, and that door is locked. Further down, there is this door here, and that is the storage room, which is unlocked. And then this open area here is like a kitchen area, break room, restroom. I didn't actually put restrooms in here because I, for whatever reason, didn't think that people would need them, but there are restrooms.
No one pees in the 1950s.
It's all chamber pots.
Hold
still.
it.
So my first
Just go on the pot, toss it out the window. It's fine.
So by the time Howard, right?
Harold.
Dr.
Harold.
You were
Yes.
close.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can't,
get
complain,
eventually.
you can't
It's
complain about
actually
Abernath
Heraldy.
anymore if you came up with Howard for my name.
It's actually heraldy.
All right, I love that. So I would have checked in the break room first, but nothing else. I would hopefully, unless that key has been, or maybe I don't even have a key to get into the owner's office. I don't know if I even have a key for that.
You do not have a key to that for the owner's office. There are 3 doors that you wouldn't have keys to. That is the basement, the office, and the owner's bedroom.
All right. Well, this is an extenuating circumstances, so my British politeness is going to go the way of the dodos. And I'm going to attempt to lockpick into the office, which I'm probably already going to be fired anyways. So I might as well see if I can remember who my boss is before I get fired.
Let's see that lockpicking roll.
This will be hilarious because I have 10 points in locksmithing, so I can't.
I mean, you could roll a 1.
Well.
I
could, but I rolled 100 earlier. So.
Or you can
That's
use
close
luck.
enough with luck.
Yeah, luck.
You
could
can
work.
I'm going to use
You only
luck.
need 7 points.
Yeah, I'm going to use luck to close that gap. If I go into edit mode, I can bring my luck down by 7 points. Is that how it works? So I'm going to do that.
So yeah, it's not pretty. It's not as skillful as Charlie was able to get into.
Yeah, there's definitely scratch marks. Like anyone is going to know. Well, this was picked.
Yeah, but you are able to get into the office. As you go into the office, I'm going to say that's when Harold is coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
I had to think for a minute. Did I say that right, or did I get it wrong? Because the whole Howard thing is throwing me off
Harold.
now.
It's Harold. And Harold will overhear me saying, "Ollie, where are you?"
I would probably try to follow Harold up after he left the basement.
No Ollie, no sign of Ollie up here, right? Obviously.
No.
No, I'm talking to Abernath.
No, Ollie in the break room putting the kettle on.
Basement was
he hasn't
empty
even used
also.
his mug.
There's a
Basement
Went
kettle
to
was
the
in the
empty.
break room?
basement? We're not allowed in the basement.
Yes, we investigate. At this point, I'm afraid we're allowed everywheres. You're owed paychecks. We're owed an explanation for what happened. We're allowed everywheres in this place.
Well, I would at least just like to know even who employs me. I don't know why I don't know that anymore. It should be on the card, and it's like it was erased from the card, and I should at least know who my employer is. You would think.
Well, something strange is going on, and for all we know,
Not even the good kind of strange.
No, it's not.
I mean, maybe it is. You just can't remember.
Could be.
I feel like that answers its own question, as in a good kind of strange would be something I'd remember. Like Jell-O. That's a good kind of strange. How does it work? Is it science? Is it the occult? Who knows?
Pudding.
So
Jello.
the office.
All right.
In the office, there is a worn old wooden desk, an equally worn chair, a couple of bookshelves that have mostly been cleared off. There's a couple of books still on the shelves. It doesn't look like anybody came through here and like searched. It doesn't look like it's been ransacked. It doesn't look like he was quickly packing things, but you can tell that that things have been removed.
It looks like my place does before I move to a different. It looks like my home office does before I move to another place. That fair assessment?
Yes. There is an oil lamp on top of one of the bookshelves. There are no pictures on the walls, and that's something that you've kind of seen throughout the whole place so far. Is there's no art on the walls, there's no pictures, nothing personal really anywhere.
How personal is just the occult?
There is a file cabinet as well in the office.
Locked?
There's a desk. Can I rifle through the desk?
Sure. All right, so we
the
have
break room.
okay.
Right, all through.
It's less of a break room and more of a kitchen to put the kettle on. But yes, I mean,
Right.
if you need the kettle for your nerves, you can put the kettle on. I wouldn't mind a cup of.
I was going to
myself.
rummage around for some
Probably
food of some kind.
probably not poisoned. I'm guessing.
Breakfast nook.
I hope it's
I
not.
don't know the last time I ate, so
Yeah, we probably
Oh.
haven't eaten in like a day.
Yep.
Actually,
We probably have some Rafiki biscuits in there or something. I don't get hungry much anymore. Being Rafiki is British slang for almond biscuit, essentially. Rafiki is pretty common. It's the stuff. If you have a British made trifle, it's the cookie in it. It's basically almond macaroon. Yeah.
All right, so we have Michael and Priscilla going to the kitchen. We have Abernath going through the desk. Harold, what were you going to look at?
the file cabinet.
File cabinet.
And I was also, since everybody was talking about food, does my stomach start growling to indicate that I haven't eaten for almost 12 hours, or probably more like 16 hours.
yeah.
Okay. Barrett and Charlie, did you guys leave the basement and go upstairs as well? If so, what are you guys doing? And if not, what are you guys doing?
Barrett has fully discovered that Charlie has no self-preservation skills, and Barrett has decided that Barrett is now following Charlie wherever Charlie goes to make sure Charlie doesn't get herself or the rest of us
All
killed.
right, that is
You're his Esmeralda. Oh,
It's gonna go so well.
It's not a man-woman thing. It's more of like a big brother
yeah.
sister thing, right?
Yeah, but it's not gonna come off that way to Charlie just yet.
Right, yeah.
So I wanted, if I could use library use a library roll to see if there's anything that is missing or is weird about like the tools or the process that they have down here? Like, is there something that ought to be here that is not here, or vice versa?
Okay, go ahead and roll that.
Wax head of Jonah. Is there wax head of Joan of Arc somewhere in the kiln? And you know that.
Yeah.
She's staring at us.
For the two in the kitchen, it just looks like regular kitchen. There's nothing weird about it. You are able to find the biscuits. You're able to find, there's a small refrigerator. You're able to find like water and tea or stuff to drink. Coffee. There's coffee in one of the cupboards. There's tea bags. So you guys are able to kind of loot it as you want.
Okay.
So-
Is there anything in the kitchen that has anyone's name on it? Like the typical workplace break room, someone labeling something for themselves or whatever.
There's a couple of things that say Ollie. There's a couple of
Okay.
things that say Abernath, and that's it.
Gotcha.
Screw you, Ollie. We're eating your lunch.
Yeah.
He has one of
Ollie,
the first
we
hang in there mugs with the cat on it. It's an orange cat with black stripes, no relation.
So I rolled a 73 out of 80.
Okay. The only thing that looks like it should be there and it's not is molds.
You're right. Well, right. Because we knew that.
All of the tools that are there don't look out of place, and it doesn't look, as far as you know, it doesn't look like there's anything missing.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, the only thing that's really weird is the molds. The molds, it looks like they should be there and they're not.
All right. So she's just gonna like haul ass upstairs.
Okay. When you get upstairs, there's a locked room that nobody is in. There's an unlocked storage room. There's a kitchen where Priscilla and Michael are, and then there's an office where Abernath and Harold are.
I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
Okay. Are you still just following Barrett?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So that was a fail by 29 points.
Okay.
And I'm gonna. Does our luck ever is there like a long rest where it comes
So
back?
at the beginning of each session, I will let you roll to see how many luck points you
cool.
regen.
right,
But it
cool.
is only a D10, so you at most you'll get 10 luck points back per session.
Okay. Alrighty.
And then I might give you luck points just for doing something fun.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and deplete my luck by 29 to pass.
Okay. We will get back to what you find in just a moment. In the office, there are a couple of locked drawers on the desk, and the file cabinet is locked. On the desk, there is not really a lot, nothing too interesting. You kind of see one thing where it's like a list of ways to market the museum in different ways and different places that he can try to market the museum to try to get more people in.
Is it
Stuff like
handwritten
that.
or typewritten? Is anything handwritten?
On the desk, no, it's all typed.
All right. If we find anything handwritten, we should give it to the alienist. He says he's not, but he has much alienisting equipment. I never know how to say that.
You know what? Miss McGowan, when you have a chance, there's a lock here that might need your expertise. You're much... Wait,
My
McGowan.
job.
Falls down the hallway.
Are you...
Just call me Charlie. Just call me Charlie. Don't worry about the miss.
As in the reporter? Oh,
You've heard of me?
I've read your... Yeah, I remember your name, so I like your stuff.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you. Yes.
Oh.
My name is Charlie. Yes.
That's congrats to you. That is not... I've spent enough time in publishing to know that it's not Oh, hell. It's an accomplishment. They don't make it easy for women.
They absolutely do not. I don't know how they do things where you're from, but around here, we do not have a lot of female reporters. But you said there's a lock that I need to pick. Yes?
I think this file, I'm hoping he left something behind in this file cabinet. It looks like he moved.
Sure, I can try. I can't promise anything, but I can certainly try.
You're much better at it than I am.
Oh, yeah. No, 27 under 27, and it's a 31, I think. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
This is my entire function in this game.
Right? Because I got a 98 over 10. With 10 being my target number for locksmithing. So I basically sit down in the chair and sigh. And Harold, you hear me mutter under my breath, I just wanted to go home.
My entire function has been noticing that two things have been missing: the molds and the name plaque. So,
Speaking of that, are you in the office now as well?
no, if she's going with other people, that's fine. I just don't want to leave Charlie by herself because Charlie is a menace.
So far, Charlie has been super successful.
That's very true.
Yeah, she's doing
Barrett
much better
saw
than...
the way Charlie went into the basement with zero regard for anything.
Actually,
None whatsoever.
to
Did
be
not
honest,
check the facts.
Also, with no lights,
Charlie starts
bearing in
working on the
mind-
locks. Barrett and Harold look at each other and nod, and then Barrett goes off and does something else.
Yeah, no, Barrett. So as soon as I know Charlie's going off to like another person, since the lock's already been popped for the residents, I'll head into there.
Okay. I do want to note the only lights that don't work are the ones in the main room. You can turn on lights everywhere else.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
All right, so I don't need
Love
to keep
that.
using my flashlight.
No. Sorry. Yeah, no, it was just the lights in the room, the main room that you were in.
I'm gonna have to check out those lights again, see if the bulbs were blown or why they don't work in just that room.
Well, it's gaslighting. We don't have the money for. We were trying to upgrade to electric lighting. It's mostly gas at the.
Oh, it's
Given
all
the impression
lanterns.
there may be some gaslighting in this group going forward.
Well, no, but also light bulbs as electric light still wasn't common. Most places were still doing gas lighting.
Right, yeah.
Explains why we don't light matches inside this house. Understood.
Yeah, that's the other reason not to. Most of it's
Or
not
do,
electric.
it's
Most
fine.
of it's by gas
Totally
or
fine.
oil. Yeah.
Right.
Not
what
many
are you-
bulbs. You're not going to find bulbs in the storage room. There's no bulbs in there.
What exactly are you looking for in the file cabinet?
Well, first off, we're looking for him to have left behind his passport, and that has a full information about where he lives, for all of the owner's information,
What his favorite color is.
Yeah,
That would be really nice, wouldn't
And
it? That would be incredibly
maybe a-
helpful.
maybe a personal journal.
Worshipping would be great.
His birth chart?
I'm
Love
looking
letters
for
for
a
his
big
pattern.
manila folder that says "My evil plan," mwah, ha 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 on it.
That
Yeah.
Barrett
That would
keeping
be
it simple.
so
Yes, that's what we
helpful.
could use. Yep.
Sadly, no, you don't find anything like that.
I
I know it's
Is there
shocking.
anything handwritten or with a name on it?
Yeah.
In the
Going
file cabinet?
Yeah.
actually.
So I
What's,
got a 98 on my lock picking, so I can't get into the stuff on the desk unless I'm going to put my sword through it, which is not going to be the point.
so
here.
well, what is in the file? I
point.
guess what is in the file cabinet? Is it just business?
Okay, so
business
the
records.
file cabinet, there are business records, there are like tax records, there are property records, there are employee records, which, I mean, granted, there's only 2 files because there's only 2 employees. But there are the 2 employee records. And that's pretty much it. Everything else has been taken out
So
if it was there to begin
yeah.
with.
So what if there's those records? Don't they have the owner's name on it?
You would think so.
Hey, I knew it was coming. I heard it, and I was like, that's what she's going to say because that's what I say. And I hate it.
Are they like intentionally blank as if they've been blanked out? Or is it just something to like House of Wax as a business entity?
The business name is there. It's House of Horrors.
House of Horrors,
Um,
yes.
That's
when
the business
you
name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yes, that is the
Horrors,
name. Like
LLC.
on the sign outside when you guys walk in, it's House of Horrors. I will say on the records, it's not like the card that Abernath has. It says M. Hold on, I'm getting names confused. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right name. Okay. Under owner's name for the property, for the business, all of that. M. Jones.
Okay, that matches what I thought it would be.
It must be.
Mr. Jones and me.
Does the name
I
Jones
work
ring a
for
bell?
Malachi
Mr. Quinn?
Jones.
That means it would mean I work for a Yankee, and that would just be awful.
Is there anything in your notebook?
I was nice to you, man.
Charlie.
What?
Is there anything in your notebook about an M. Jones? I assume you have your reporter's notebook with you.
Funny story, I asked a while ago if I can look in my little handbag, and we got distracted. It just went into the ether, so I have no idea what's in there.
Whatever you think you would have brought with you in a handbag.
I would absolutely have my reporter's notebook. I just don't know what else might be in the bag.
Whatever
reporter's
you think.
notebook. I have a camera, keys to my office, kind of thing.
Okay.
I have a sketchbook in there too.
In your notebook, anything that has to do with the museum that you're in isn't there anymore. It's like the note card where you know that you wrote stuff there.
Yeah.
It's almost like a redacted file, except instead of having the black mark over it, there's just nothing. It doesn't look like you erased it. It just looks like it was never there. Yes. Abernath.
I finally got one. I got a 2, which is an extreme success for spot hidden. There's no way there's not a good secret button or a floorboard thing or something for a guy that rents House of Horrors. There's got to be a spot hidden,
Some sort of hidden
in this office that is a thing. It's got to be there's got to be a thing. I don't know what thing it is, but there's got to be something that is even more unusual. Please give me this. I've
The
rolled
general
100
spot hidden for clues, right? Yeah.
I need a good button or a floorboard with a tin box in it or something. Pterodactyl bones, even. I'll take pterodactyl bones.
Pterodactyl bones?
I don't know.
That would just raise more questions rather than answers.
We have no answers currently, so
we have pterodactyl bones.
We only have questions. Pterodactyl bones. The specific.
I originally had this differently, but for you, I'll tweak this a little bit for you. If you get up from the desk and you go to look at the bookcases, you notice on the side of one of the bookcases, it looks like you can slide it out. So it looks like a piece of the side of the bookcase can be slid out, and there's a little hidden compartment there. And that is what you find.
Great. I don't say anything. I just say, oh, that's not even anything in the bookshelf.
Charlie hears that, and she's going to be like, I'm sorry, what?
Well, I thought maybe he'd have like a book or something that maybe he'd have a bookmark with his name in it or something, but there's nothing here.
Do you look in the secret compartment, or do you just acknowledge that it's there?
I'm waiting for everybody else to leave the room before I do that, because they're all being nosy, and in so much as I have loyalty to my employer, there are too many people in this room. Yes, but I must have at some point I have been working for them. It's called the British way of living.
You know what?
I feel like at this point I'll probably walk into the office with some of the
I'd hear
cookies or
all the
crackers
hubbub.
or something.
I mean, my one
people out, you're getting more people in.
my one other
I'm off in the
thought.
residence trying to figure out. Well, we'll get to me eventually, but
Right.
My one other thought was just that, like, to check the front door to see if, like, maybe mail had gotten shoved underneath or something, and there was just any kind of information through, like, a letter or, like, a bill. That was, like, that would be
Yeah.
on, I'd be on my way up because everybody else, I'm, like, not getting left alone here.
Yeah. I honestly, I give Charlie the universal sign of, it doesn't sound like he's telling us the truth. Hoping she picks up on it.
Anybody?
I'm sure she would. Yeah. I'm sure she would.
Right. So yeah. Are you sure there's nothing there? Maybe we can take a look and see.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
No, I'm fairly certain I see nothing here. It's all good here.
I do have a question for you, Abernath. When you noticed it was closed, did you open it or did you just notice it, take note of it, and leave it closed?
I've just taken note and left it closed. I have not.
Okay.
I have not done any movement that would make it seem like I was opening something that should be solid.
Okay.
It's best at this point. We have to investigate everything. So at this point, we finished with this. Let me and Charlie take a look at the bookshelf, and we can keep going.
I mean, there is the desk there. I wasn't able to get into the lock was very.
I just unlocked the desk. I did that for you. You're welcome.
Did you find
Oh shit! I have
anything?
an accent. Did I find anything in the? Did I find anything in the desk? I didn't look. I just unlocked it and walked away.
Inside the desk, inside the desk has been cleaned out.
So you found anything? Yeah.
Is there any like false bottom?
No. That is where the original hidden spot was supposed to be. But I moved it because John did such a great role and I wanted to find it. So no.
Please. Like, God damn it.
Not
Looks
anymore.
like the desk was designed that it was supposed to have a false bottom, but this
There
one had it
was
removed.
a false bottom and it's already been
There's a false
removed.
bottom, but there's just nothing in the false bottom either.
Yeah.
It's just it's like a.
There's
a false
bottom. Yeah.
Inside the
The
false
red
bottom
hair.
is a book from the bookshelf because he couldn't fit it because of the other secret compartment.
Yeah.
So he had to move it over here and put it there.
It's just
My
some
evil.
hidden
This is where the
candy.
my evil plan envelope is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's where it
It's an empty
was,
envelope.
but it's not there anymore because you guys missed it.
Yeah.
So
Um,
does Quinn get out from in front of the bookcase, or?
I move so it looks like I'm being helpful, but I'm still secretly in the way.
Can I
I'm old and with a cane, sort of.
anybody that's in the office that wants to do a roll, whether it's a spot hidden roll, an occult
Yeah.
roll, whatever you guys are just tell me what you're looking for while you're making the rolls. Barrett, what are you doing in the bedroom?
I am doing a quick cursory glance to be nice and respectful, and then if that garners me nothing suspicious, I am going full on. Breaking down this room as much as I can to find stuff. Like I'm not like full on like slashing paintings and flipping mattresses, but I'm doing a thorough search.
Okay. I will say I do want to spot hidden roll, but for just like the cursory glance around the room, it is a very Spartan room. There's a bed, there is a dresser. And that's about it. There's no art on the walls. There's nothing really personal in here that you can see. The bedspread is just kind of worn and plain. It's just like a plain green. There's a couple of articles of clothing in the closet and a couple of articles of clothing in the dresser. But it looks like everything else has been packed up and taken away. And that's really all you see for a cursory look.
Then I had a extreme success, 13 out of 95.
Damn, dude.
I see I float off the ground like
everything.
Highlander. I know everything.
So you are kind of really, really looking. When you pull up the mattress, you almost don't see it at first because you're kind of looking under, but you notice there's like a little zipper in the mattress, like in the middle of the mattress. And you open it up and you pull out a journal.
Gotcha.
It's a leather-bound journal, and it has the initials MJ on it.
Ooh.
Jones.
I like to think that like she's not on Charlie Watch right now. Which, by the way, I've been getting flashbacks to Charlie as a kid, just wandering around like friends of the family's houses, just unlocking things and wandering off to other things and just bumping into like a little terror. I say like he's just calmly and reflectively like tearing at he's no one's staring at his looks. No one is doing anything, and treating him like a monster. He's just calmly and taking care of this. And I love the juxtaposition of like the uneducated Sherlock Holmes like picking apart this room and finding everything, to then flashing back to the office where everyone is trying to get Abernath away from this damn bookshelf.
I'm not in the way, but I'm also not in the way all at the same time.
I will do, starting at the latest entries and working back. I will like at least start glancing through this journal before I alert everybody.
Okay. I really hope that journal is made out of cow leather.
We're not going to talk about that.
It's human skin. It's definitely human skin.
You know there's human skin for sure.
It's human skin.
Can I use library use to see if it's human skin?
Would that be a library?
Yeah.
I feel like I would have looked up like the varying types of things you can turn into leather.
Be a library.
Yeah, humans don't buy books like this.
Like, there are definitely books in certain libraries that are made of human skin.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing.
Harvard has some, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Like I feel like this is a doable thing.
Yep.
Has anyone seen Has-Been Hotel yet?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing about Charlie. She has nifty energy.
She does have nifty. Yeah, I can totally see that.
Like, she's little and she's stabby and she's just devoid of any personal concern.
I have your information for the journal, and we'll go through that in just a minute.
Yep. Absolutely.
Priscilla, you were going downstairs to look at the front door. Is that correct?
Okay. Yes, indeed. And I was also just kind of exploring things. I got an occult roll and I actually got a success. So I would like to a hard success.
Everything is an occult in House of Horrors. That's a success. Everything is occult.
Yeah. That's
actually, if
secret.
everything is occult, is nothing occult? I guess is the question. If everything is horror, is anything horror?
I don't think that's how that works.
The answer is yes. The answer is just yes.
It's both yes and no.
So are you like opening the front door and looking outside, or are you just kind of going to the front door and looking around that front area?
A peephole action.
Okay.
All I heard was peephole action, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I have a question. I know for Harold and Charlie, and I know for Abernath. For the other three of you, two of you are visiting London. One of you is going to school here. How do you typically get around? Do you take taxis? Do you have a car, Michael?
I'd probably walk and take general transit. Might get a ride from my girlfriend, classmate, lover, whatever we are. But,
I'm not putting a label on it right now.
We'll just find that
having
later.
a good time.
Priscilla takes taxis.
We study together,
But she also likes a nice walk because there's a lot of history in London and things that she can like oogle on the way. But she definitely takes taxis, and she loves to drink, so I feel like she takes taxis drunk a lot.
Okay. So when you look out the peephole, you see one car in the parking lot. One car. You don't see any mail anywhere. So either they just didn't get any mail or somebody took it.
Post is late again.
Well, that's going to I'm going to go head upstairs. It's upstairs where everybody's at for the...
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to head up towards that, and I'm going to like... Because I'm like, everybody's there, and I feel weird like being by myself for too long.
I'm going to save your occult roll until you get up there, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's totally great.
That's generous.
That's
are you
not
going...
ominous at all.
Nope.
Are you going in the bedroom with Barrett, or are you going into the office with everyone else?
Ooh.
Maybe I'll go in
I
the
don't know.
bedroom.
Yeah, you should definitely head up that bedroom, right?
I think
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
like maybe I'll take the wrong. Like I'm trying to go to the office, but I'm
Then you
so
accidentally go into the bed.
Well,
Yeah.
anybody walking into the office at this moment is going to see this kind of weird
Oh, yeah.
Weird,
thing
yeah.
where
It's
it's
a bit
like,
of a
Just all
kerfuffle between
stand-
four people.
Looking at a bookshelf. It's like
Yeah.
The Sims.
yeah.
All right.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
like Harold is trying to like maneuver Quinn out of the way, and
Yeah.
it just kind of looks. It will feel and look weird.
I also just
Yeah, I'm gonna
remembered
go to the
and love the
bedroom.
fact that while we have like the pincer of like Charlie and Harold trying to maneuver Abernath, Michael's there with biscuits.
Yeah. So nobody's bothered. Like, all right, I'll eat them. Whatever.
It's like the Power Ranger game all over again. Therefore, you just
You got to keep your blood sugar up, man.
it's
But yeah, I
important.
think it'd be hilarious if Priscilla went into the bedroom, especially like if Barrett's there, like, I'm finally alone. I can actually focus and do stuff. Ah, damn it, there's somebody there.
He's got like a human skin journal. He's just reading on a
Yeah,
paper.
yeah, no.
That has not
She's
been
like-
confirmed.
I feel like it has to be though.
She goes.
Yeah,
"Good
chat.
day,
Get in the
mate."
comments if you want it to be a human
We
leather
just let
skin
them
journal.
decide.
Get in the comments.
We'll make a poll on social media this week.
There you go. I will say that one thing Priscilla does notice, he's not like I got caught jumpy, but when you do call out to Barrett, he does initially flinch and then check to make sure that you're not mad at him or anything like that before going back to what he was doing.
She's gonna be like, "Oi, what are you up to? What are you doing?"
They're all having fun in the office. I figured I'd check this room. Charlie unlocked it, then immediately
Fun.
walked away. Found this.
right.
MJ, they were screaming about Jones earlier, so I think that might be the owner.
M. Jones. Well, couldn't be more
Eric.
anonymous, I suppose. Can I take it and take a look at it and use that occult roll?
Maybe. Do you give it up, Barrett?
Yeah,
Do
like
you-
I'll do the whole thing of like I'm kind of like sitting on the bed anyway, like reading it. Of like I will like do the whole hey, we're now both reading this book as we look through this past thing.
Can I just say I'm
Okay.
really, really, really happy that Barrett is the one that found this journal.
So
By the way, I'm
there's
so
the guy.
What?
So is there the
Why
huge guy
are you happy
and
about
the
And the little,
Tiny
the
girl.
little
little
archaeologist,
tiny
yeah.
girl.
The tiny Australian
The tiny
archaeologist.
Australia
Yeah.
has like
Right.
is sitting next to Barrett, and he's kind of got one hand leaning it over so that he could see it also.
Okay, so flipping through the journal, you said you start most recent and work your way back, correct?
Yeah, well, most recent to see if there's anything mentioned of like us or what's going on, and then I'll just do a quick like overview of, hey, are there any things that are popping out for me, like
Okay.
blood sacrifice and cannibalism?
I never said
Why would you do
cannibalism.
cannibalism?
I said
No, wait. Why would you do blood sacrifice and cannibalism? Because the whole thing about cannibalism, the blood is involved. So if you did blood sacrifice,
No.
Well, you're doing it in the
Cannibalism
wrong
is just with the
order.
meat. It's
Wouldn't you do
yeah,
the
it's just
cannibalism. and then
cannibalism
the
is
blood
being just an
sacrifice?
ethical monster and
How did I
using all
know
parts of the.
that this was going to devolve into cannibalism at some point today.
You mentioned that as a
Cannibalism,
content
cannibalism.
warning.
Yeah, I'm just
You
eating
put that
crap.
out there.
Okay.
I did not say
That's-
cannibalism.
You did say
Um,
cannibalism.
I just like to define
But
terminology.
not during the
okay?
stream. That was before the stream, I believe.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that was before the stream.
That was before
Um,
the stream, where always interesting conversations happen.
I'm not pulling cannibalism
so-
out of thin air. Somebody talked about
Yeah,
cannibalism.
no,
earlier.
definitely. There was cannibalism talk earlier.
Who can remember who talked about cannibalism? The point is the
It was
conversation.
being eaten alive, and we discussed what is being
my
eaten alive
apologies.
versus. Get it right. I did not say
just like
cannibalism.
No,
It was
our
fun.
cue today.
So the journal is very interesting, especially to you, Barrett. So the most recent entry, it's very erratic. The person who wrote this, it is not quite there anymore. So the very last entry doesn't have a date on it, but it says that he of the Ivory Throne will get a great feast tonight. This should last him the whole trip. Now that I have the pages I need, we can start. That is the very last entry. I may have said that. I meant erratic.
I know it's two
No,
people.
now it
sitting on
sounds
a bed.
more like erotic.
Yeah,
now that
honestly,
you're-
your accent,
it
I'm not
sounds
sure.
more-
I'm still not entirely sure. You have a tiny accent that made it basically could be either one.
To those watching, I asked a question in the private chat that's like, did she say erratic or erotic?
I heard erratic,
Thank
but
you.
my
Thank
brain
you.
almost wanted it to be erotic.
If
just
if
because of the
only
theme.
if only like evil masterminds could get more sane as their journals went on, that'd be so much better. Like, here's
Right?
my detailed list in my last entry.
Yeah.
My last entry isn't, the walls speak
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, it starts off like crazy gibberish, then I think and be like, oh, I'm kind of thinking clearly now.
So as you start going back, so that was the very last entry, and again, there was no date on it, but it talks about getting getting a great feast. The next entry that you can kind of understand is a few months before that. And it says that the police are starting to ask questions about the missing people, but that he took care of that nuisance. It doesn't say how he took care of the nuisance, but apparently he took care of it. Again, it kind of goes quiet for a little bit, and then it talks about his new alias, Maximilian Jones. He is the owner and artist of the House of Horrors now. His muse has given him ideas. He thinks that this is going to be a great success. He details the renovations of the house, turning it into the museum. There's hand-drawn pictures, ideas that it has given him, and you recognize them as some of the displays that are downstairs. He hires his first employee, a local man named Ollie Ward. He likes him because, and as he puts it, his mind is empty, so he's easy to control. It's easy to feed it without Ollie asking a lot of questions. He describes another new hire. He hired a night watchman, Abernath. He does say that Abernath is interesting to him in a few different ways, but it doesn't specify. It does say maybe he would be willing to join him in waking it, but it doesn't specify what it is. He describes Abernath as somebody to keep an eye on. He also says that
Very intense right now. Getting very intense.
He says that he knows that Ollie has been using the museum to make some extra money at night. He knows about the one night a month where he does his midnight tours and then pockets all of the money from it. And he kind of it almost feels like he's laughing at the fact that Ollie thinks that he's kind of getting one over on him. It's getting kind of tiring manipulating the minds of the people on the tours, but it's necessary. But it doesn't specify how he's manipulating the minds. As you scroll back a little bit further, it talks about a different alias, Ari Sharaf. He's a nobleman from Cairo, is what he says. It goes into detail about trying to fund an expedition, and it has a set of coordinates. It doesn't specify where the coordinates go, but
I know where they go.
Barrett knows where they go. He puts a team together of people to help him, and he hires a ship, the Bonnie Celeste. The captain, Captain Sherman, was easy to manipulate because this isn't the typical type of job the Bonnie Celeste would take. Most of the entries are boring for a while. It talks about the people, the crew of the ship. It it goes into detail how he can feel that he's getting closer to it. Once they get to the coordinates, it talks about the expedition that he took with the people that he hired, and how he found it and he put it on the ship. He talks about how he hired people that he knew would not be missed if they did not come back from the expedition. He talks about how one of the crew members that he hired, a bleeding idiot is what he calls him, Frank, refused to go to the sacrifice quietly like the others. Frank fought the sacrifice and even went so far as to grab a knife and accidentally sliced one of the crew members on the Bonnie Celeste in the face. But it doesn't matter because nobody's going to remember what happened anyway. Before that, he was going by the name Jean-Philippe Masson, living in France. He worked as he worked in the home of a researcher. He was just kind of like the groundskeeper. He says that this was a good way to be able to kind of go under the radar. The researcher brought home something one day that was very exciting to him. And that night, Jean-Philippe went into the office thinking maybe it was valuable. And he wasn't really sure what it was, and he wasn't sure what he had found, but he was fascinated by it, and he started having intense dreams and started hearing voices. And he was just drawn to this piece of manuscript. And before that, it's basically the starting of the journal is basically the journal of a con man. It keeps track of his aliases, where he was when he used the aliases, people who owe him money, people who owe him favors, anything that he thinks would be important in case he has to go back to that alias for some reason. So that is the journal that you found. And I'm going to let you guys process that for a minute, and we're going to go back to the office.
I'll say this, kind of just to dovetail that off that.
Yeah.
After they close the book, Barrett very gently hands it to Priscilla and says, Dr. Byrne, if you could go to the others of the office, I need a moment alone.
In the
Fair
bedroom.
enough. In the
And
bedroom.
this is where we're going to use your occult roll when you get to the office.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I'm going to go.
yeah.
Fair enough. You know where to find me if you need me.
And as Priscilla leaves, I'm going to very gently close the door, and that hard success, 22 out of 75, is Barrett making this room be a pile of splinters.
Fair enough.
Oh, he's just busting the shit out of everything?
Barrett is taking some long overdue, apparently, frustrations out on this room.
I will say this.
Whoa! Look at that! Listen to that noise. That's a very concerning sound that I hear from the other room.
Listen, you're not... Oh, sorry. The more you talk about us getting away from this bookshelf, the more I want to rip it apart. So maybe
That's no
just
ordinary
tell me...
bookshelf. There's no need to get fixated.
Quinn,
Again,
move.
what have you seen that we have not seen? And I really want to roll an intimidation roll, even though it's not going to work, because that's very, very little.
Can I roll like an intimidation roll right back?
Oh, it's going to go so poorly.
Yes. I rolled looking in the room. I got a success on a occult roll and a hard success on a mythos roll.
Okay. Katie?
While they argue. And I eat cookies or crackers.
I got an 11 out of 15.
All right, I'm not going to spend luck then.
She's so small.
This is the equivalent of like when the Chihuahua is terrorizing the Dobermans around the house.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She's so tiny. I love it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp my can on the floor and go, look, just because there are secrets, a man deserves to have secrets. There's no reason to go prying into personal affairs of someone else. All right? We don't need to do this. I'm sure there's other avenues. There's nothing important here.
That being said, did Charlie or Harold roll spot hidden.
No, I did
does Quinn move? That's the big
Quinn is
question.
now tapping his cane like we're in Fame, so no, Quinn is not moving.
So you're still not moving?
I am still not moving.
She's still not moving?
Even though I passed my intimidation roll.
Quinn, move. Your last chance.
Charlie's going to draw herself up to her full 5'2", put her hands on her hips, and be like, "Do you really want to? And she'll she wants to kick his cane, but like she probably won't because she's not that much of an asshole. But like she's just gonna kind of like glance at the cane like pointedly, like, do you want to try this? My center of gravity is much lower than yours. Do you want to try?"
Quinn.
No, I suppose not. But I promise you, there's nothing here to find. And I'll move out of the way.
I feel like at this point I'm just standing almost in the doorway still, awkwardly crunching on a
Okay, yeah. So
the Peter Griffin just potato chip.
yeah.
yeah. And okay, I ease the that I hadn't quite pulled out. I haven't quite pulled the handgun out of my pocket yet. I slide it back in place.
You don't need to do that. You have your tiny.
That's okay.
Tiny
You were about
bodyguard.
to get you were about to get sorted by a cane.
You
So,
tiny
I
bodyguard.
hadn't pulled it so you guys could see it yet, but I drop it back in my pocket, and then I assist Katie in a spot hidden. Then I assist Charlie in a spot hidden.
How does an assist work in this game?
Extra dice, so it's like rolling with advantage.
Yeah, so you're going to roll twice. You're going to take the lowest number.
So that's a 38.
The better number, yeah.
Is still to try 32, but I can lose some. I can lose some stuff. So that's -7 to my luck. All right, I'm gonna make it be a thing.
Okay, so you're going to pass the roll. Okay, you see the secret door in the bookcase that he was hiding.
Secret tunnel.
Okay, so is this thing still there, or did he take it away?
He didn't open it.
Oh, so I'm gonna open it.
Okay.
And the whole point of me standing there was literally to keep you all from opening the secret thing, no matter
Yeah,
what was
to
in there.
notice that
was
it's
the whole
even there to open. Yeah.
point. Yeah.
You
At least
find
that I was good
a
at
book.
it.
A book. Is it also made of human skin?
No. The other
Well,
one has not
leather.
been confirmed to be human skin.
But it's not.
No one's done the rule.
We haven't.
What did the chat say? Did chat say if they wanted it to be made out of human leather?
I think chat
Did
would say they
anyone
want
vote in the
everything made
poll?
out of human.
Yeah.
I think it's more concerning about the Shadows of Nox viewers
You
than it is about
okay there,
the book.
What did I do? Why am I making people concerned? I don't-
I take a look at the book from.
Oh, I think the look on your face when he was reading the journal, when I was going through the journal stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
That
would
wants
my-
to be leather.
would my mythos roll go towards the book then, or
it's gonna
is
go
there something else
to-
in the room that
There's going to be
Okay.
two things that it's going to,
Okay.
and same with you, Priscilla. So Kitty, you pull this book out. On the front of the book, it says Grim Compendium.
Somebody with Cthulhu.
So you show it. Do you
Yeah.
show it to them? Okay.
Yeah. Don't open that yet. Don't. Those are
I
sometimes.
shouldn't open the book.
Yeah, just open and start reading
Yeah,
passages out loud.
those are
Always
those are
read.
sometimes.
Read it out loud.
crap.
Latin.
Those
Read
are
out
some-
loud in Latin.
Breathe aloud.
These are
Read it out
sometimes
loud.
trapped.
It's worse if it reads itself. That would be worse, though.
Yes, that's
If you
worse.
open it,
You had
start
the
treating
conch
it.
right
It's just
there.
a book. No harm ever came from opening a book.
Yes,
Exactly. You
actually,
should
harm.
always read.
Really
Yeah,
Harm
that's not
does come-
exactly true.
Yeah.
I go and take a seat in the chair. Actually, no, I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea. I'm just not even like, I see the book and I'm like, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea.
I'm gonna see him leave the room and
Yeah.
just be like, "Well, he's gonna be sad when he realizes there's no cookies to go with his tea."
So, I mean, what does my
I ate
poll roll
more.
tell me about the title of that book?
Okay, so for the three of you that did the roll, the occult mythos rolls, okay. The book Grim Compendium is written by a Charles Lee Ray. And to someone who is not familiar with occult practices and not familiar with mythos, it looks like a real book. Like, it's totally believable. As you flip through it, though, the Latin in some of these spells it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's literally gibberish. Yes, Priscilla?
I was just saying I do know Latin, so.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, to go three
as
of
you're
us
reading it, so as you're reading it,
just talking Latin, bro.
yeah, you're like flipping through this book and like literally makes no sense. There's things like protection spells. There's supposed to be like spells to curse people in it and things like it's supposed to be like this big bad scary book. But reading the Latin, it literally makes no sense.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, are they like just are they just nonsensical words, or are they?
It looks like somebody wrote this specifically for people that would not know any better. So somebody who would get this book and say, well, I'm going to curse my neighbor because they slept with my husband, and they're going to read it and think that they're going to curse their neighbor, and nothing ever happens because it's literally like the Latin is real. The words are real, but it makes no sense. It's like flower, automobile, light switch. Like, it literally means nothing.
Right.
Yes,
It's a protection spell, but it's really a recipe for a cake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I did Yedithian lore, which I'm sure I'm butchering. I got a 15. I say that I left the room after they flipped the book because either I recognized it or I didn't.
Yeah, you can say you can say you remember seeing the book. You don't remember where you've seen the book, but you recognize the book.
Yeah. So that was After you opened the book, I left the room to get my tea.
Once you realized that it was nothing really personal for the owner, you didn't care anymore. So Priscilla and Michael, that lamp, that oil lamp,
Also made of human skin.
Yes.
No, it's a odd
Is this
looking,
room made of human skin?
The house is
an odd looking.
The house is made of bones.
The lamp
house is made of bones.
Just don't say the
lamp
cookies are
looks
made of human
wrong.
skin, okay?
And
I mean, they
you
might
wake up
be.
in high school again.
They have eyeballs. You just haven't noticed.
Added vitamins, good.
You both kind of notice it at the same time. Priscilla, from an archaeology standpoint, it's very old. And you both kind of, it looks familiar, like you've maybe read about it somewhere. Do you go to pull it down and look at it closer, or do you just leave it?
I'm gonna grab it.
Okay.
Okay.
I would have started reaching for it, but yeah.
No, I'm gonna grab it. I'm just
Right, yeah. And you definitely would have likely grabbed it.
yoink.
Oh, I haven't.
He might have had to jump up a little bit to get it, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm like reaching for it normal, and then she just jumps up and snatches it.
It is small. It's like a small oblong pot that has a curved handle, and then like a little spout. It's in this almost like a mustard yellow color.
It's like a genie lamp?
Yeah.
Gravy boat.
What's really curious is that the drawings on it and the letters on it are all really weird. It's a beautiful lamp. But with both of those rolls that you made, you think that this is the lamp of all all. I can't
All
say
has
this word.
red?
Yes, thank you. Damn it. Fuck.
Oh, okay.
And you both would know that it is said that if you light this lamp and you breathe in the vapors, you see things.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
It's supposed to show you weird and strange landscapes of other worlds.
Fun.
And it's just sitting up there on the shelf.
Oh, well, I'm
Um,
gonna look at Michael and be like,
do you know what that is?
I do know what this is, or at least
I
know
do
what
as
this is.
well.
So you want to try it out?
Hopefully, we're having this conversation while the rest of them are busy arguing. I do,
Should be
but
like
maybe
threatening the
not
war.
right this second.
Threatening the war
I
veteran.
would love to try this out, but
All right, let's do that.
Keep
Just not right now.
I'm gonna keep a good old arm on it. No one's gonna get past me.
Okay. So you guys are going to take the lamp with you?
Yeah,
Okay. Awesome.
I want to try it out.
Okay.
I
So, are we leaving the room to go have our own little seance somewhere? All right.
Yeah, hell yeah. The creepy people hanging out and
Right.
being creepy.
I mean, there's no one in the open storage room right now. So you go in the storage room to try it.
Yeah.
I will say with the rolls. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying that I made myself some tea, but there's an extra mug there from Ollie. There was a commotion in the other room that nobody explored, and it sounded pretty bad. But it sounded like something very familiar. So
It's scary. That's why
I was in a wartime hospital. I was in a wartime hospital, so I kind of know that sound. So I fixed a cup of tea, and even though it's not getting me closer to my goal, I'm going to take a cup of tea and politely knock on the closed door that Barrett has closed to close himself off from the world.
Barrett will open the door, and literally it is a, pardon the terminology to the veteran, but war zone. Everything is completely just destroyed. And he looks at you, and he's doing that breathing of exertion, but not like to the point of exhaustion type of thing. This was kind of too easy and a little bit concerning that it was this easy for him to destroy this entire room. If you're offering the cup, he'll take it, take a sip, look at you and say, Maxwell Jones. Your employer's name was Maxwell Jones.
Maximilian.
Maximilian, sorry. I knew Max, I had Max in my head. Maximilian Jones. He's a monster and we have to find him.
Well, we're all monsters in our own ways, I suppose.
At this point, Barrett will look you in the eyes and pull his hair back, and you will see, again, this scar that is usually covered by the hair that runs down his entire face. And because we're in cinematography land, you guys hear the echoing from the journal of, Frank grabbed a knife and attacked a crewman.
I will say that you still don't remember that happening, but you can discern that it is. It was
considering I was there at the beginning and the end of that memory gap, and everything else was meeting up with it. Then yeah, I'm learning what happened to the last time I lost my memory to this fucking jackass.
If you ever need to talk about your wound or any other wounds you have, that was the thing that we learned. And that was the thing the nurse taught me, was to talk about my pain as a way of passing the time and getting through it. So if you need someone to talk or a cup, I may not have all my memories, but here you go.
Puts the hand on your shoulder, and again, still giant guy, puts the big gentle hand on your shoulder and says, I do want to talk about this wound, but I do believe I want to discuss it with Mr. Jones himself.
Me.
Yes.
He owes me back wages too, so there's many things to discuss.
I'm sure Priscilla told you what we discovered in the journal, right? She was distracted by an artifact she discovered.
I was trying to keep them from some sort of hidden compartment in the bookshelf that had a book in it, but I thought it would be something else, but it was just a book, so who cares?
There's a book in the bookshelf. Understood.
Well, it was in like a secret thing in the back of the bookshelf that obviously wasn't supposed to be found quite yet. I was hoping it was something else, but maybe they'll find something out from it that's useful.
I will walk to the office, I assume with Abernath.
I'm just gonna peek around quickly to see if there's anything not destroyed in the room that looks like it's another secret thing that I can keep everyone else from seeing.
I know there are no other secret things.
Okay. I do one of those, like, not a golf clap, but like a lot of destruction, and then I will follow back into the room.
Do we pass in the hall like while Priscilla and I are leaving the office?
Yes.
Are they heading towards the office?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you discuss what we learned in the journal?
Journal? Oh, you're silent.
At some point, she is going to tell a little bit to Michael what's going on, just because like they're discussing everything and how it ties into our artifact that we've also found.
Right.
So, just some of the basics that they learned from the information. There was a lot of information, so I'm not.
Well, definitely, I'll take
Why-
a
Post it in the
read
chat
through
for
that.
everybody.
Yeah.
Why do you have one of our lamps underneath your arm? Are you taking off wall sconces now?
No. This is unrelated. Nothing to worry about.
But it looks like I mean, it doesn't look exactly like our wall sconces, but it has a very
It's
like wall
not.
sconce look.
It's not. It's
Not.
It's not.
No.
It's just a thing. No worries.
It's just a thing.
No worries.
Oh, no worries. Yes.
Don't worry
Yes,
about
just
it.
like-
It's fine.
Just like I was not. Is it the same kind of not worried as I was not worried about the hidden compartment in the bookshelf? Is it a different kind of not worry? Just for fun and frivolity. Just supposing.
It's just a container for oil. Like we're gonna go see if we can get the lights on downstairs. It's fine.
Oh yes. Well, that's
Absolutely.
good show. Good show, old bean. You go ahead and do that.
So, for everyone in the office, did any of you looking at the employee records? Are any of you trying to see like where you might be able to find Ollie?
Yeah, that would make
Or
sense.
are you trying to find Ollie?
That would make sense to see where Ollie. That makes sense after leaving here. Yeah, this is the last bit of information, so we would get Ollie's address and such. Yes.
Okay. As you're looking through the employee records, you find an address for Ollie, and you also notice that Abernath's address is the same as Ollie's. And that is where we're going to stop for the night.
Oh my god.
Done.
I'm actually also Ollie. We're the
Dun.
same person. It's
Dun
like
dun
that.
dun.
I'm already
it's
so
not.
obsessed.
Ollie is his other personality. That's
Right.
I'm my own personal Two-Face.
yes. But yeah, that's where we're going to leave off for tonight. We are not here next Sunday because it is going to be the last night we are streaming Buffy the Vampire Slayer actual play.
Because of
I mean,
Technically, we will be here because you and I are doing
Yeah. John and I
Mm-hmm.
will be here. And I mean, Katie will be here too because she'll be on the screen. But
I'll be fighting people.
yeah, you will.
Hot Wet
We
Vampires.
will not play Cthulhu.
Come on Sunday for the Hot Wet Vampire action.
Indeed, yes,
No,
absolutely.
I'm not even that is not a miscode either. I am not
It is-
misrepresenting.
Also,
Sadly, it is not.
vampsicles. There are vampsicles in that
there are,
episode.
there's, yeah.
Vampsicles, there's hot wet vampires, all vampires
loves
at every
you.
temperature.
Mother loves you. Yep, that is right.
Mother does love
We will be back the following Sunday for session 2, and we will find out what they do with this information, and then do they go find Ollie, and we will see what happens. But I hope
Jones.
all of you had fun. I hope everybody had fun watching. This was a lot of fun for me. You guys were great.
This is so much fun.
But yeah, so we'll see you back in 2 weeks for session 2.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you all.
Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Night, everybody.